right there, Chicote. We are live. All
Should
right.
I mute my mic?
No, you guys can stick around.
Like,
You can ask questions too, and I can kind of explain shit. You guys can be like, the little fly on the shoulder kind of deal.
10-4.
All right, so you good to go, Cote?
Yeah.
All right, so like Jack said, you have this gentleman on your arms, and as you walk out of the bar and into the streets, over to the left-hand side where the paladin was, you can kind of see that he's still waiting on transport. You can kind of hear engines revving, and basically around the courtyard, you can see a bunch of the other people that are on their way home for the night just start to look up, and you see a large rope with a plate on the bottom of it drop down from the sky and land right next to the paladin. You look up and you can actually see that one of the smaller zeppelins has come to pick him up. And you can see all of the other honor guards and stuff, the other paladins, picking up the dead body of the woman and taking it up into this ship. We already gave a description on where your monastery is from, so you can take it away, Ern.
Alright, so I see all this shit. So describe to me the appearance of the dude that I'm taking back and his state.
Okay, so he is, I want to say, around 40 years of age. He has a medium beard with, it's mostly brown in the middle and white on the sides. And he's just, he's able to walk, but he needs guidance. And he seems to be in just generic commoner clothing.
Okay. I'll just keep trekking back toward the monastery. Do I see anything else noteworthy?
Not really noteworthy, but you do, behind you, you can kind of see that, like, the square is starting to empty. It's starting to get dark out.
Okay. Is there, I'm from the city. Do I know of any reason that it might not be wise to be out after dark?
Well, other than the coup that just happened where the paladin was screaming that there will be a curfew after dark.
Oh, the curfew. Yes, that's right. I forgot about the curfew. Shit. All right. Do I think I have enough time to make it back to the monastery before dark?
I'm going to get you to do a knowledge history check for me.
Okay. So that's just 20.
Okay, so you are able to realize that, yes, there is a curfew in place, but special permissions are granted to people that have business outside, and you know that the copy of the form that you had all of the other characters listed on would give you proof of ownership that you would be able to travel the city at night.
Oh, good. That just means the ruffians will no longer be able to bother me. All right, cool. So I'm just gonna carry on slightly warily toward the monastery, keeping an eye out for guards and making sure I have my papers handy if asked for them.
God, oh, Honky just texted me. Oh, he just woke up. What's up, fucker?
Oh, that motherfucker.
Was worried. Sick about you.
He better just woken up from a fucking coma. As if that was a nap. Oh, God. God help him.
Just give me like 30 seconds here.
I think Ben might get touchy if we asked him to come back.
Yeah, I think I'm kind of checked out. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's too late.
I told him we're playing the Graceful Saloon if he wants to join in. All right, so back to the matter at hand. So you're walking down the alleyway and down the staircase that leads towards where the monasteries are. You can notice that a lot of the doors down this hallway are closed, and this is a regular thing. Usually, a lot of the other sects have a time of worship around sundown. So you can hear like different kinds of musics from different religious sects as you walk down. And the music just kind of like, it sets you at home. You feel like you're at home.
Well, that's very nice. Keep dragging Buddy along with me. Is there, I never really described an area of the monastery that would be used for healers and such, but I can describe one now if you want.
Yes, please.
All right, so let's say off to the barracks area, there will be a couple of geez, I don't know. I never really prepared for my monastery to have healing. It's supposed to be like a brewer's, like we're like monks that brew alcohol.
Yeah.
There might just be a guy there who's good at first aid.
No, there's got to be a fucking tie-in. All right, so let's say that the monks are an old brotherhood of healers, and over time they started using the same herbs that they used for healing to make beverages because they found that they were very tasty. And as medicine progressed toward from folk medicine to modern medicine, and a lot of the old monk herbal cures were ruled out as quackery, the monkhood had to repurpose itself in society as a, and so it repurposed itself as the brewers of fine wines, as so many monasteries have, and because of their large stock of and experience with these medicinal herbs, they now use them for the booze. So let's say there's a bunch of old motherfuckers, old ass monks who are extremely elderly because they're a different race. Let's say they're elves or some shit, and whatever is friendly with the sectarian lore. And they will still remember the old ways of when these herbs and shit were used for actual healing. And so let's say I'll take him in there. I'll take him into the back of the barracks where Brother Berenzia is meditating on a pillow, and I'll be like, Elder Berenzia, I have a man here who is savagely fucked up, and is it possible we can help him acquiesce using the old ways?
So, Brother Berenzia comes down and basically takes a look at the body.
Let's call him Elder Berenzia.
Elder? Okay.
Yeah. He could be brother too, but I'm going to call him Elder because I'm level 1. Maybe he's brother to his fellow elders.
There you go. So he comes down and has a quick look at the body and says, fascinating. You can kind of see him poking and prodding with a stick. Kind of like, interesting. Yes. Oh, the eyes, the colors. So brilliant. And he looks back to you and says, who are you? Oh, Ortholan. So you can tell this man's very crazy, kind of a little bit weirded out, but you can kind of see that his mind comes and goes. You know him to be kind of like a very odd fellow, but very wise and very intelligent. He looks back towards the body and says, oh, your friend here. It seems that, and then he rolls the body onto it, not the body, the person onto his stomach on the bed and notices the hole that is concaved into the back of this man's spinal column. The hole itself has closed up and seems to be fused with a little bit of blood. It's sort of healing itself over time, and he kind of looks and goes, oh, I think I've seen of these before. And he leans in, puts his hand on your shoulder, and says, oh, this is of the psionic faith. Just one second. I've seen this kind of magic before, my friend. Not used in this city, but there's been rumors that it has been seen afar. One of the Sali came and spoke to me the other day, saying that there was a new magic that was coming from the east side of the desert. Just wish to let you know this before nighttime prayer. And he kind of gives you a little bit of a bow, and then he starts walking back towards his room. He kind of, it's like this man is so weird that he seems like he's almost walking on air. If that makes any sense. Like, he just seems like he's not really with it, but he's, like, very well respected in your community. So I need you to roll a knowledge perception check.
A what?
A perception check?
You said knowledge perception, so it fucked me up.
Yeah, I'm used to saying it in the last one. Alright, so as you look up and down the body, you can actually see small insignias around the outside of the hole that are slowly starting to concave in on each other, but you catch it before it disappears back into the flesh. And I'm sending it to you now. Fuck, I got a lot of stuff in this thing already, and now I'm just like trying to find everything. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Where is it? Blah, 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 blah. This is the insignia you see around the outer contours.
See. I take note of it as the thing that we saw in the last session.
Yeah. So as it starts to proceed, it starts to kind of like circle around the wound and eventually gets sucked into the wound itself. But then you see the wound itself close up. And then the blood that was once around the wound tends to disappear back into the flesh. And the man regains consciousness.
Well, I'll give him some water and be like, well, looks like you're with us again.
Very good. He looks over and says, thank you, my friend. Thank you. Where am I?
We're in the monastery of the brothers of... Haven't thought of the name of the monastery yet. Oh wait, yes I have. Did I say it was the Benedictine monks?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, you did.
You are in the monastery at the Benedictine monks. I should give myself more credit and write things on the character sheet.
He says, thank you, my friend. I really appreciate this. I have fractured memories of what happened. I seem to recall a woman. Blonde hair, beautiful eyes, and something about the Tarl. Wonder what could have happened. The last thing I remember, I was at a bar, and this beautiful woman asked me for a drink, and that's all I can seem to remember.
Has something altered your memory, or have you simply been knocked unconscious with the force of 1,000 dicks?
Okay, so I'll need you to roll a history check. You do remember that in the conversations of the campaign part that you were not here for, you remember that there was a clockwork thing attached to his neck that was able to affect his memory.
Oh, it was able to affect his memory. Missed that detail. Well, looks like you're walking around with no idea who you fucking are. Do you know who you are?
Says, my name is Oran. Oryan. And I'm from... why is it so hard to remember? Why is it so hard? And he just kind of looks down towards his hands, and you can kind of see them shaking. You can kind of see sweat profusing from his forehead. He's like, one thing I do remember, though, is a name, Esri. Yes, Esri. She had something to do with this.
I'm going to describe to him in detail the fucking clockwork contraption that was hanging off his neck, then explained that that's the reason for his memory loss.
Fascinating. I do remember that now. Wait, no, it can't be. And he kind of stands up and kind of shimmies over to the side of the room. He seems to be very, very nervous. Says, Do you have the seal? The seal, man, the seal.
The seal. I seem to remember a sort of nugget of colored rock stuff. Sorry, we don't get many valuables around here, buddy.
Okay, so I need you to roll
the spiel of which you speak.
He says, I need you to roll a knowledge, a history check, please.
Is that what he says?
Sir, this is a Wendy's.
All right, Ordelin takes out a d20 and rolls a 9.
You seem to recall that in Steve's possession is the item you seek.
That's who has it. So anyway, but what I'm asking him, okay, so I already know. I don't have to confirm with him.
No, you don't have to. Yeah, you don't have to confirm or deny. Right. So basically, he kind of leans up and says, "It's a key. It's a key. You to find her. You need the key. The key." And then he just starts to ramble.
Calm down, buddy. Calm down. He'll put his hands on his shoulders and hold him steady. Listen. The key that you're talking about is in that fucking freak with the plague doctor mask on named Steve. We gotta go see him.
I don't know who has it. I don't. But
Steve has it.
Get
a hold of yourself, man.
Out of the darkness. Hello.
Fucking darkness. Black brothers.
Fortunately, Steve is not available because he fucking went to bed and didn't get up on time. So we gotta go somebody else.
Steve has crawled his way out of the fucking bed and into the slinky darkness.
I'm so happy you showed up, Honky. Like, it just made my part of this campaign easier. So as he kind of snaps out of it and says, there's more. There's more that's happening here that you need to be aware of. And he just leans towards you and says, the Sal are taking over. You need the key. Leave these lands. Get as far away as you can. Sorry, I just burped because I'm drinking 2% milk.
I see you're drinking 1%. Is that because you think you're fat?
So anyway, so he basically says you need to find the seal and leave these lands. Please, before it is too late. I need you to roll a perception check.
You people talk too much. Don't you understand that virtue lies in being brief?
I'm gonna tap the funny man on the ear and ask him what the fuck's been going on.
You are not here because we are in the monastery.
Oh.
What am I rolling?
Don't worry, you will be soon though, Honky. Sorry, a perception check. Okay, Mod Con? Defecate? The fuck? Okay, so as you can see, along his forearm, he's wearing a bracer that just basically covers about 2 inches of his wrist. And underneath it, you can kind of see a little bump start to form.
I'm going to stare at it, slightly unnerved, and continue staring at it to see if it continues.
And as you look, you gaze to it, and you can see the skin start to rise up. It comes out about a 0.5 centimeter, and you can kind of see it start to form. It starts to turn a little red on the top. And further up the arm and on the elbow, you can see several more spots start to form.
I'm going to reach on my back and draw my quarterstaff.
As you take a step back, you can sort of hear the clicks and clacks of something machine in nature. And as you get your back up towards the wall, you take a look, and all you can see is tiny little tendrils start to protrude from each of the bumps that are standing on the man's arm.
What's going on with his facial expression?
He is, the anime face that you see when somebody's about to get ripped apart, and it's the
Yes.
So it's kind of like
When
that.
Akira transforms, basically.
Yeah.
Or no, when Tetsuo transform. Is it Tetsuo? Yeah. Okay. Well, Jesus Christ. I'm just gonna stand there fucking bug-eyed wondering what to do. Can I think? Can I intuit? Actually, I'm gonna fucking yell for help. That's what I'm gonna do.
Okay,
I'm
you
gonna
scream
go,
out for help.
I'm gonna try and form the words help with my mouth, but it's gonna come out garbled because I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
Gotcha. And as you start to yell for help, you take a look back and you can see one of the sores open up, and you see a pterodrome pop out and land on the floor.
No, there's more.
Do
And-
I know what that is?
Yes, because you've seen it in the last session. It's the clockwork thing that took over his mind.
Oh, it's the same jelly that was in his neck or whatever. Right.
I need you to roll a perception check. As soon as it hits the floor, you can see it bounce a few times, and then as soon as it falls to rest, you can see two little Antilles coming out of the side that almost act as legs, and it starts to run around on the floor aimlessly. Whenever you call for help, you can actually hear a lot of the monks out behind you. They start to run into the room and start looking at what's happening, and you just see him. What was the dude's name again? Images.
Yeah.
Yeah, the monk, elder monk. This guy. Sorry, Honky hasn't seen it yet, so I want to show it to him. Bam. The monk. He comes in. He's like, "Oh, my lords, we must escape! Run!" And then you can.
Kill that thing.
And then all you start to hear is several ticks in a monotone form. Tick, 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 tick.
Am I the closest one to it?
You are.
Man. Is it gonna blow up?
Hit it with your stick.
I was thinking about it, or maybe hucking a dart at it and fucking off. I can't decide what to do. Man, he's trying to.
Do I hear him yell for help?
No, you're on the other side of town right now.
Okay, I wasn't sure where I am. I'm not sure where anybody is. I just woke up from a stupor.
It's like Scrog imbued your new character.
Scrog! What's Scrog's new name in this weird dimension? Steve! Fuck! Oh no, I've already got his battle cry down. What do you mean? Lee.
Oh my god.
Somebody woke up in a great mood with a lot of good painkillers.
Hey, shut up, man. you leave me and my fucking relationship with Percocet alone right now.
Right on. So what do you think there, Kote? What's the plan?
I think I'm gonna run up and try to dismantle it.
Okay, I need you to roll a perception followed by an investigation.
Yeah, alright. I'm gonna walk up to it and assess whether it would be best for me to
A
actually just
perception.
beat the shit out of it or to actually try to finesse take it apart.
All right, so you are able to notice locking mechanisms on each side of the eyeball of the creature. And you do realize that if you were to carefully unhinge them, you could possibly remove any explosive device from within inside.
Yeah, we're gonna do that.
Okay, I'm gonna get you to roll a. What's the check for rogues these days? Is it just stealth to disarm traps? What's disarm traps?
I did like sleight of hand or something.
Sleight of
like that.
hand? Alright, there you go. Let's do a sleight of hand then. Okay, as you run your fingers across it, you unhook each of the three latches. When you bring the lens off, you notice that the eyeball itself is a little bit deeper into the creature, and that there's mechanical parts that seem to be clicking on the inside. You notice that there is a small crystal on the very inside of it that is blue. It's about, I want to say, a centimeter by centimeter in diameter and in width. And as soon as you see it, you can also see that there is some kind of like a language written on the stem of the eyeball that goes into the inside of the machine. And on the inside of that, you can see several buttons that have insignias that you've never seen before on the inside.
Okay. Is the thing still threatening to blow up or
It is
whatever?
currently ticking.
Yeah, jeez. And I can't intuit what I'm supposed to do.
You can insight the fuck out of it if you want.
I'm good at that. Kinda. No, I'm not.
So on the inside, the buttons look like they have like indentations on each of them that look like they would be able to put pressure on them. One of the insignias you do recognize that's on the button itself that you weren't able to see before until you got closer was the picture of the eye, the picture of a wolf, and the picture of a tree.
I guess I'm gonna press the picture of the eye or do whatever it wants to be. Is it a button?
It looks to be an imprint that you could put your thumb on and press.
No, I'll press the eye.
Okay, as soon as you do, the ticking starts to speed up, but the latch is let go, and the eye has now become a piece that you can remove.
No, well, let's carry on and remove it.
Okay, as you remove it and you bring it up to your face, you can actually hear the ticking from inside the eyeball.
Is there anything else in there that I can interact with?
Not on the inside. It seems that the rest of the unit has powered down.
Oh, good. But the taking's still going.
Yes.
The fuck?
It's a grenade. Oh.
So what would you like to do?
I'm gonna put it on the floor, back away, get into the next room and wait a couple minutes.
Okay. So all of the other monks are, like, at this point, they've removed themselves from the room and they're running away, basically hiding in other rooms. And as you step out and you close the door behind you, you put your back up against the wall. All of a sudden, you feel this large pop, but for a split second, everything goes quiet. And then you feel a rumbling on the interior of the wall, and all you hear is bang! The door flies open. Dust and smoke appear and just carry itself off in the wind of the hallway.
Oh, glad nobody else is in there.
Yeah, your other buddy monk gives you the thumbs up and then just starts to eat, and he just randomly pulls out a leek from his pocket and starts to eat it like a banana.
Okay.
Hey, everything's cool, man. You want some onion?
All right, I'm gonna look back at Buddy that I brought in that just shed this thing out of his neck or whatever.
Yeah, so you look back and the body itself looks like it was crushed under the weight of a rock.
Whoa, what?
Jeez, well, that was all for fucking nothing. Oh, sorry, brother Forenzia. Looks like your work was all for nothing. Bro's a paste.
And I need you to roll a perception check. Okay, as you look down, you notice the body itself is pretty mangled and unrecognizable. But as you can kind of see around the body that there's ripple effects on the floor. You can kind of see right where the eyeball was, about a centimeter out. It looks like the floor is untouched. But then if you go out on the radius another 2 inches, you can see there's indents into the floor with a lot of like shavings of the floor itself and a lot of debris from the room. Then it goes out again, and it looks like the floor hasn't been touched another centimeter out, so it looks like a ripple effect that goes across the entire floor.
Fuck Berenzia, this thing's messing with the fabric of space-time. I need to go say some of my monk prayers. This is... Just give me the good shit tonight. I'm gonna go and get the wine ladle and I go to the nearest wine bucket and just take a couple of gulps. Go
Uh,
back and do like the hands on hips posture the tradesmen do when something goes wrong.
Right on. So, most of the monks have retreated to the foyer. A lot of them are outside next to the gate that you entered to get into the monastery. And all you hear is a knock on the door.
Yes.
And it's a very forceful knock, like a bang, 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 bang.
Yes.
And then your monk brother walks up, puts his hand on your chest, and says, "A moment. A moment. A moment." And you see your brother monk walk up to the door and open up there's a hole in the door that has a latch where you can open up and see who's on the other side. And you see, out of the corner of your eye, you're out of sight, Kote, but you see...
What's the password? New England clam
Is
chowder.
that the red or the white? This is who's on the other side of the door.
Oh.
So you don't hear the conversation between the two, but as as your cohorts are standing by, you can see a lot of the other monks are going back to cleaning up and kind of like tending to people's superficial wounds. And you just see the monk put his hand behind his back where you can plainly see it, and gives you the go motion.
Go like away or like to him?
To go away.
Oh. I'm gonna fuck off into the back room where the brewing equipment is and shut the door and look through the people.
Very good. As you're looking through, you can kind of see that the two of them, the gate has been opened and Paladin Kurek has stepped inside and seems to be having a conversation with the monk. You can't really tell what they're saying, but I will give you... is there... Can you just do a check to read somebody's lips, or do you need to have a feat to be able to do it?
Read lips?
Yeah, is that...
It's a feat.
It is a feat? Okay, so I'm not even going to give you the chance to do it then. So, as they're talking for about 5 minutes, and then you can kind of see the paladin walk towards the monk and kind of puts his finger directly on his chest and starts pointing and poking him. And then you just hear the paladin state, "Listen, I'm tired of this. Where is he?" And then the monk just says, "I don't know. I haven't seen him for such time." Paladin Kurek says, "You liar!" And then you see him draw his sword and decapitate the monk.
Oh shit.
I need you to roll initiative, Kote.
Well, I'm hidden. Right.
Alrighty.
You just vorpaled that motherfucker. My only turn movement will be spent running.
Okay, so, Steve, you're on the other side of town and you hear an explosion go off.
Oh man. So am I like, where am I at? Like, am I already awake?
So you are currently... So the way we made it is as soon as everybody bailed out on the last campaign, like everybody fucked off and it was just me, Brian, and Jack left, we said that every character would pick what they were doing in that time. So you get to tell me what you were doing in that time.
Let's see, where did we leave? We were at the bar, weren't we? Or
Yeah.
the inn?
Yeah.
Okay, and then we all just kind of fucked off and did our own thing. Well, I went back to pray for forgiveness because I smashed dumb bitch's cup for bringing me the wrong food.
Right on. So you're just offering good gracious and praying. So as you hear this explosion go off in the background, you notice that it's coming from the direction of the monastery. You can actually see that there are several lines of zealots that are starting to walk towards that part of town. So there's about 20 or 30 of them that are walking in formation towards that part of town.
I'm going to head towards the explosion
Okay.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna, of course, not just get up and leave from my prayer. I'm going to gracefully leave and then gather my things to go figure out what the hubbub's about, bub.
Awesome. So as you proceed towards where the armies are, you can actually see that there is a staircase leading up to a second level on the left-hand side that brings you towards a couple of residential buildings before you actually get to where the monasteries are. So it could provide you a vantage point. On the right-hand side, you can see a sewer drainage system that opens up with a guard next to it.
Can I just proceed inside to where the explosion was?
Well, that's the thing. It's down a long hallway, and you can see that there's a bunch of soldiers filling up that hallway, moving towards the explosion.
Do I see any of my new found companions?
I will get you to roll a perception check.
Well, this is the one that's on right now, okay? And then the toy one will come on next. Alright, perception.
So Steve has an alternate personality where he says stuff that might not make sense.
Not 20.
So, down at the edge of the hall, down towards the hallway itself is about 20 feet long, and you're standing up above, probably about 5 feet up, and a staircase that goes down, and it goes straight towards the door. At the end of the hallway, you see just this really deckled monk eating a leek that just lost his head.
Okay. So he is highly deckled. Okay, but do I see any of my friends?
Not at this time. That is the only thing you see.
Even with a nat 20.
Yep.
Alright, does anybody other than the Zealot seem to be of, well, hang on a minute, what type of church am I in?
So you're just out in the courtyard, right, where the Zeppelin was at the beginning of the mission? So,
Oh, this is the second dude. Is this the same guy that killed the guy?
yeah, yeah, it is. It's the same dude that killed the chick.
Okay, and I don't know who this guy is.
You know him to be Paladin.
Yeah, Paladin Keurig. I see
Keurig.
that much. Is he of an upper echelon guard?
I will give you a knowledge. Let's do history check, please. Okay, so what you recall from dealings in this town, you notice that this man is very well respected with the Goliath community for being a strong warrior. And you also remember that he is very good friends with the wizarding factions around the city. So you know that he could possibly have magical abilities. He is a force to be reckoned with in the community.
How far away is he?
I want to say, how long did I say the hallway was? About 30 feet. So adding on another 25. I'll say you're around 60 feet away.
60 feet away. Does he know I'm there?
Nope. He's too busy chopping heads.
I am going to, you said I'm above them, right?
No, you're you're standing in the courtyard. On the left-hand side, there's a pathway up the buildings to be able to get a higher vantage point. And on the right-hand side, there's a sewer gate that's guarded. That's all you see besides the head chopping.
Alright, I'm going to go up the stairs where it's not guarded and see what I can see.
Okay, so as you proceed up the stairs, it goes up for about 15 feet to reach the archways of the very tops of the building. You notice as you're walking up the staircase, the walls that are on this building, you can actually see that there is grass and tree limbs and stuff grown right into the paths between the bricks the whole way up. It's a very beautiful building. The wood itself is not cut wood, but it seems to be a grown tree and wraps around the side of the building for a handrail. And as you walk up, you can kind of look a little bit further in, and the top of the wall of the monastery is only about, I want to say, 8 feet tall, and it has a little roof on the exterior wall, but you can actually see into the courtyard. And I'll get you to roll a perception check. You see Ortholan hide, kind of gaining cover behind a wall.
Does he seem to be in danger?
Yeah, kinda. You don't know if he's personally in danger, but you know there's shit going down. You just saw somebody get their head chopped off.
Yeah, and I'm next.
So I'm going to. So is it quiet in here?
No,
Is there rustling?
you can hear kind of like the clanking of the steps of the guards the zealots getting closer and closer to the door, and you can kind of see as soon as you are able to see Ortholan, you can actually look over and see the body of the monk drop and hit the floor. The paladin extends his swords and says, "Everybody halt. Questions." And he starts pointing his sword from one monk to the other. Drop on one knee, prepared to be taken into custody.
I'm going to keep watching.
Okay, as you keep watching,
These are not my monks, right?
I don't know. Do you have any affiliation with the religious folks in this area? That's up
I
to
do
yourself.
actually. I actually have religious backgrounds here. I have the religious background of the bottom guys. I can't remember what the fuck they're called. The Tarls or
Oh, the
something like
Tarl. Okay, so let's give you a history check.
that. Okay. That's another nat 20.
Nat 20. So, what you're able to discern from this is that you've never seen anybody gather ill will towards this sect of monks. And you also don't remember there being this many murders in this city for a very long time. Looking at all of the surrounding areas and all of the surrounding people, you can tell that there's a pretty good chance that all of these monks are about to die. So your affiliation with them is good standing within your faction, and you've kind of believed them to be not exactly fighters, but more men of faith.
Okay.
You also remember getting completely shithoused on our wine more than once.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. Okay. Sean, we never gave me my special crossbow.
We'll just act it as a longbow for now.
Copy.
Do you have a longbow in your inventory, right?
Yeah.
There you go.
Hey, what's Axel up to while all this is going on?
Axel is sucking dick.
No.
No, I'm joking. I wasn't sure if you were going to be playing or just witnessing.
Well, I'm just curious.
So I want you to roll a perception check for me, Axel.
What?
So as you're kind of like still back at the bar area, and you came out to kind of just go around and check around the building and stuff. Actually, no, you're still up on top of the building, so you can actually see Steve walking through the center of court, and you did hear the explosion, and you find it to be a similar explosion of the one that just happened in front of you.
Can I stealth follow Steve?
Fuck yeah, let's do it.
24 for stealth. Kind of flying from rooftop to rooftop, fluttering like a.
There you go. You got to use the right word. Like a fairy.
Like a delicate butterfly.
Very good. So as you go across the tops of the roofs, you can actually hover over most of the very tall buildings, and you're going in between like windows that are right next to windows, brick walls, and all this kind of stuff. And then when you pop out, you're actually on the building opposite of Steve, on the very crux, and then you see the exact same thing that Steve just saw down below. You can see Ortolan. God, I have a hard time pronouncing that. Ortolan just kind of like cowering behind a wall, and you can see the decapitated body on the ground.
Ortolan, the Orkin Man.
Can I hold an action to fire at anything that aggresses against the other two?
You mean
With my longbow.
Kote's character in Steve? Is that who you
Yes,
mean specifically? Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I thought I'll hold an action that if things go aggressive, I want to fire
Can
my
I
longbow.
see Axel
Oh, we
now
can.
that he is behind me?
Yeah, you can
Or
do
up
a
across
Perception
from
against
me.
my stealth. Is that what it would be?
probably yeah. So yeah, give her roll a perception.
Oh, that's good.
Ah,
Not good enough though.
not good enough. Hang on a minute.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm doing kid things.
Oh, okay. I was like, you're like, hold on a second. I was like, yes. That's okay. I need time to set this up anyway. Import file.
All right, so we're taking a 5. 5, yes, no, yeah.
I don't know. Do you want to take a 5?
We should take a 5er. Let you get everything set up, and then I will get everything
Okay.
set up on my end.
I have a couple of questions for Calum in the meantime.
Yeah, true.
First off, how do you spell monastery? Did I write it right? I don't think I did.
Monast. No, you didn't. That's all right. It could be a monastery.
Monastery. There we go. Okay, so now I need to add everybody to the combat tracker.
You got to set a grid.
Do-do-do-do.
That's why everybody looked huge last time, I think.
Oh yeah. Then that, and then that, and then that. I just want to drag everybody. I didn't expect a combat, so in case it happens, I want to be ready.
We haven't had a combat yet, so
Exactly. I actually had no plans for a combat until he actually left the city. It's fucking awesome. I love it when shit like this happens. Bam. And then we have Owen, we have Axel, and we have Steve. Now, because
speaking
this
of Steve's, where's Brian?
Brian went to get food, and I'm not sure why he's not back yet, to be honest. And
Maybe he's in an opium nap too.
All right. So, what is the one where I have to haul out characters from? Is it races, or like if I want to bring out a monster? No, it's NPC by CR rating. There it is.
You got it. You got it.
All right, I'm back.
Almost ready.
Here she is to
Caleb,
the
are you here?
day. Yeah.
You should have ready your action to attack whatever I attacked. Because I was ready.
It's aggressive toward you.
Well, that's not saying that the paladin's gonna know where this first shot with a fucking 4x4 comes from. You gotta remember, my guy throws fucking Uber ammo.
Ben's playing Civ. Does his group play Civ?
Do I play Civ?
No,
Which Civ?
Ben is playing Civilization 6 right now.
Yeah, Ben's got a weird. I'm not part of that group. I'm not allowed to be part of that Discord.
It's a weird group. I'm not sure if I want to try and break into it. It's definitely
They're a different
Oof.
group of people.
different group of people. But I like Civilization.
Civilization is a dope
I like
game.
I like Civ Rev. I didn't like Civ 6.
Really?
I thought Civ 6 had it too much.
I can
I
see that that's
Civ
a good
5
opinion, but I
was
still like it.
probably the best from a mechanical working standpoint, the
I
most
think
solid Civ of them all.
Really? I thought Civ 4 and Civ Rev were the best running ones.
Civ Rev
I
is
think those were the
fucking
two worst
awesome.
ones.
4? You
I'm
don't like
not-
4? So
I'm not even joking. I think
4
those were
was
the two worst
amazing.
Civ. I know Rev was a little different than what it wasn't. It wasn't. It did its own thing, but yeah, no. Four was the most convoluted one out of all of them.
I think 4
I
used the
found.
easiest mechanics, as in
I
like
don't
the
know.
button setup and stuff like that. So it might have just been because at the time I was playing Dawn of Man and it used the same core concept as that in Ages of Empire.
Maybe. I do know that weird things happened to me when I played Civ 4. Like at one point, I just had the option of like creating a puppet state within my own, and I was like, "What the fuck is going on here? This doesn't feel like a Civ. This feels more like a fucking, like a what is this other one that the
it was a
thing?
vassal state. It was cool as fuck.
It is cool as fuck, but it
Alright.
didn't feel like Civ. It felt like
Mhm.
the
Yeah.
the other one. The other one I really like.
Alright, I'm ready to go
Ages of
whenever you
Empire?
guys are.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, so also I want everybody to roll new initiative. Just because now I have everybody on the combat tracker.
Oops.
I would like to take a ready to action to fire anything that comes hostile towards my bunny friend.
Very good. Alright, so it's gonna be blip. 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 Alright, so the remaining monks in the area have been knelt down in a line. And he begins with the first one. Says, "Where is the artifact?" And the monk looks up to him and says, "I do not know. I don't understand what the question is. Can you be more specific? Perhaps we've been friends with the Tal. I don't understand what this is about." And you just see him take his sword out and place it on his shoulder and says, "You best remember quickly, for your friends might not survive." He takes one step to the right and fucking stabs the monk in the chest with his sword.
I think that counts as a hostile action.
Towards his bunny
But it's
friend,
not-
he said.
Yeah, I say, but that's not towards either of us.
But, yeah, I guess. Yeah, I did specifically state that. You're right.
Alright, so
I'm going to change my address. Like, I'm going to change where
I'm going to change my address.
the
P.O.
address of
box.
this arrow. Yeah, the PO box of this arrow has changed to now the paladin's clavicle area, but I'm not going to shoot until he does some dumb shit again.
Very good. So, as you look around the corner of Thorlin, I want you to roll a perception check. You're actually up here.
Mm.
Alright, so as you're looking around trying to find a means to escape, you take a look up top of the building and you can actually see these little black and star-like wings poking out from the top. And you actually notice that there's this big fucking Goliath monstrosity just chilling on one of the archways up above.
Longbow drawn, waiting.
So I will start this combat off with you. What would you like to do, Ortholan?
Wouldn't Jack start the combat?
Jack is not here.
Oh.
Am I clear on whether we're supposed to try to save these guys? Like, to me, we're supposed to just try and run away. Are we actually
I'm
supposed to
here,
fight this
but
guy?
I'm not there.
They're your dudes. So, kind of following your lead.
Exactly. That's why I'm getting you to start a combat. It's up to your choice what to do.
Right. Well, I'm gonna behave like a monk. Let us. What direction is fucking Molly fucking Ringwald there facing?
He's facing towards you, looking at the monks that are in front of him. And you notice that the main entrance is now blocked by soldiers. And I need you to roll a history check.
Where is the main entrance?
Consider it like right here, going this way. I can't flip the map upside down, so
Hurts. The feeding trough is the main entrance. Yeah.
yeah.
I'm just looking for. Yep. North is main entrance.
All right, so knowledge history. So you seem to remember in the back of your head that there are a lot of other avenues to leave that might be a little more difficult. On the back end of the compound, you know that there is a well, and behind the well is an archwayed wall with a statue in front of it that the monks use for prayer. But you know you could skedaddle up it and jump the wall from the back. You also seem to remember that inside the residential part of this building where the monks sleep, there is also a sewer entrance that leads down in under the city. And on the roof of the main building where the monastery is, you know that it is easily accessible and able to run from rooftop to rooftop with a little bit of effort of climbing.
Right. I am gonna whip a dart out of my fucking pouch, poke my head around the corner, and whip the dart at the dude's face to provoke him so that my brothers can get away. And that so that the
All right, move to where you would
ready to fire.
move.
I'm just gonna like lean around the corner so I take, so I still got half cover or whatever, chuck the dart and then move back.
And then move back. Very good. All right. What dart? Like, is it a weapon?
Yeah, it's just like something among starts with. It's just a simple weapon, simple ranged weapon.
Okay, very kind of like a dagger almost.
It's exactly
a dart.
dagger. Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead and
A bum dart.
I don't know if this is going to work because this was kind of half-ass made, but see if you can drop the attack dice on the M.
I can't. I'll just drop it in the chat.
Okay.
Or drop it on the M.
That is a hit. Roll your
Oh,
damage.
I rolled with the dagger. That doesn't matter. It's the exact same roll.
So, so Axel, when you're looking over the edge and you're kind of keeping an eye on everything, all you see is Ortholan just whip around the corner and just precisely and almost magically seems to whip a dart right at this guy's face, and it connects on his neck.
I'm gonna move
Neck.
my axe to him.
In the neck. Seems to miss his armor just barely. He takes a step back and he's like, "What? What is this?"
And he's alone in here as far as hostels go, right?
Yes, the door is open where the trough is, and there are 30 guards behind it.
Oh, God! Okay.
As I'm running by this is like an open. Yeah, the monks will know how. As I'm running by the doorway, I'm gonna yell, "Scatter! Run! He'll kill all of you!" Basically, yelling at them to escape while they can. I'm a big fat distraction.
Right on. Steve, you're up. What do you do?
Hey, Steve!
I'm raiding.
Okay.
Yeah, we got to remember that everybody's got new characters, so they need to read their shit. So it might take a little longer than usual.
At the beginning of first level, you have significant experience studying, tracking, hunting, and even taking it to a certain type of
ignore
enemy.
If that just replaced my old initiative roll, you're gonna have to fix that.
So when I choose this type of person, is this a person at all times that I'm?
I believe your favorite.
You pick it when you start, when you make your character, and it never changes.
Okay, I've never picked one, so.
I chose humans and goblins.
Okay, see, that's good news. I will go with. So does it have to be enemies? Like, because it gives me the choice to pick plants. So could I use that as because it's a favorite enemy? Never mind.
Plants are a creature type.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I was looking more like I could find extra plants while using this. Like, I can find plants better than anybody else because I have the favorite enemy of plants. All right, so I'm going to go with Celestials and
You can only pick one, I'm pretty sure, can you? Or can you get two?
Yes. You can only pick
alternatively,
one
you can select 2 races of humanoids, such as gnolls
humanoids.
and orcs.
Yeah, and I picked humans and
Okay.
goblins.
Okay, so which is a humanoid? Okay. And Celestial is not humanoid?
No. See, you're gonna
Okay.
kill angels?
Well, see, okay, so like, there's a whole thing that I'm trying to do with Steve here. Okay. And that kind of falls into place. So yeah, I'm gonna stick with my choice there, Celestial.
Okay.
Wait, is that because that only works against like angelic and demonic things, right?
Just angelic. Demonic.
Oh, then no, I don't want to fight. Then yeah, no, I don't want.
Fiends are demonic.
Pick that one.
Which one, fiends?
Well, I just
Yeah.
I don't know. Don't do
It's
it.
also demons and devils are fiends. So which is a large part of the monster manual. It's a good choice.
And if you want to, you can just wait and just kind of next session think about it a little more, and then you can choose. I'll have you start. If you want to, I can have you choose at the start of the next time you play.
Okay. Okay. Well, then I'm going to. It's my turn. That doesn't really do anything for me, so I'm just going to 17.
And it is a hit. Go ahead and roll your damage.
4.
So, as you see, Ortholin runs across the opening. He whips his hand back and chucks a dart. It connects it onto the neck of Paladin Kurik. He takes a step back, kind of surprised, and just all you hear is whoosh, and then just connects with another arrow on his backside. You kind of notice that it doesn't actually stick, but you can tell that it does damage. He kind of looks up towards where the dart came from, and now he sees you. Axel. Oh, you still have a move action if you wish, and a bonus action if you have one?
I'm going to spit in his direction.
Awesome.
Tell him that he is a desecration to his god.
He kind of looks up and he's like slightly confused. Axel, what are you up to?
Am I hidden?
You are hidden.
But I can see the whole battlefield.
You can see the whole battlefield.
I'm gonna take a readied action to shoot anybody who enters the combat, like those 30 good dudes who said are waiting on the outside.
Understood.
So if they come in, I want to nail one of them with an arrow.
Gotcha.
Try and dissuade the rest of them from entering the combat.
Right on. All right, so next is going to be Paladin Kurik. Takes a step back and notices that he's got one on his left, one on his right, and says, "Albeit blasphemous, I'm sick of this." And then he reaches into his pocket, and you can kind of see him pull something out of his pocket, and you notice it's spherical in nature, and he just hauls off and throws something at Steve.
Oh,
That means that his ready to action now attacks him, yeah?
no, because it was my round. I gave up my first one.
Oh. This dude threw a pokeball at me. The fuck?
So as he launches it, you notice that it's spherical in nature, and as soon as it hits the ground next to you, you can see this little spherical ball with an eyeball in the interior of it. It sprouts 2 legs and joins initiative.
Do we all see that?
You all, well, everybody except for Kote. Next up is Kote.
Okay. So he hasn't really done anything yet.
He threw a
Have
pokeball at
the
me.
monks had a chance to act?
I was also wondering that.
They are bound, tied in a kneeling position.
No,
Oh.
tied up. I thought he just busted in and.
Yeah, he told him to take a knee.
Tied them up.
He did tell them to take a knee.
Take a knee.
All right. Well, I don't know about the drone.
I don't know about my last action then, too. Anyway, keep going. Carry on.
All
My
right,
wayward
I'm just
son.
literally gonna whip back in and throw another dart, and then whip back out.
It's up to you.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. It's a big old 20.
Nice, that's a hit. Can you move to the position you would be in when you launch the dart?
Yeah.
So far, boys, I can't tell you what his AC is, but I can tell you it's lower than 17.
All right, as you fling by, you're kind of like Gordon Ramsay with a fucking like big knife that's sharpening it before you jump into the open archway. And as soon as you jump in, the dart kind of flings off your wrist and kind of connects to him on the opposite side. I need you to roll a perception check before you move back.
Okay, you are kind of like Gordon Ramsay.
Really?
Okay, along the sides of the wall, you look up and you can actually. Sorry?
Don't mind us. We're just
It's
yelling.
raw.
It's raw.
Okay, so along the side of the wall where the grassland is and the trees, you can kind of look up and you can see this little. This one is a lot bigger than the last one, guys. I want to preface this. This one is probably about the size of, I want to say, a bowling ball. And that you see the creature up on the ledge with Honky.
Okay, it's the size of a bowling ball?
Yeah, the other ones were very, very tiny. This one is massive.
Copy. And these are the things that have been exploding, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Got it.
So do I see how? What is fucking Murphy Brown up there doing? Is he looking around for the source of the darts? Does he seem to like when I fire the dart?
His attention is on the direction of where the dart flourished from.
All right,
Who?
so he's looking right at me then, basically.
Yeah.
No. He's looking at Steve. He just threw things at Steve.
Yeah, but then he just got shot in the neck with a dart, and now he's looking at Kote.
Okay, I
Again?
got it. So when I flew in, he was looking up at Steve because he just got hit from that direction. I threw a dart. He got hit with it. Now he looks in that direction. Okay, I get what he's doing. He doesn't know what the fuck's going on. Right. Just wanted to know. He has no fucking clue.
The only thing that the guy knows is that there's a giant fucking Goliath slinging arrows at him. That's the only thing he knows.
4x4 strapped with spears on the front.
So if I still haven't been spotted, that is awesome. My turn's over. I've used all my movement.
Very good. All right, next up is Steve.
Steve's turn. All right, Steve wants to grapple the moon drone or mono drone.
Very good. Roll strength versus AC. Or whatever it is, sorry. Just roll a strength check, I guess. If I remember correctly.
Strength plus your proficiency.
Yeah, so that would be plus... Is it 2 at first level?
Yeah.
Very good. So 16. You go to grapple it, and it doesn't move very quickly. You're actually surprised on how not fucking agile this thing is. Honestly, you could have just slapped your dick on it, and you'd probably hit. Honestly, and you grab a hold of this thing, and now you're in grapple. You're holding it up at waist height.
Could I put it in my sling and throw it back at the paladin?
You could probably throw it back at the paladin.
I want to put it in my sling and throw it.
I don't think slings work that way with bowling balls.
So I'm a Goliath, so I'm pretty that bowling ball would be like a hand-sized rock.
I don't know. I think Sean's pretty accurate on this one.
All right, well, I'm going to throw it back at that guy. I'm going to try to hit Paladin Keurig in the face.
All right, so here's how it's going to go. The first thing I need you to do is roll a perception check.
$18.
All right, so when you pick this thing up and grapple it and you bring it up to waist high, you can actually hear clicking on the inside of the machine.
That's what I was hoping.
And as you raise it up above your head to throw it back, you can hear the pace and quicken. Now I need you to roll your attack. So how would you roll this as an attack? How do improvised weapons work there, Caleb? Do you know off the top of your head?
Yeah, you don't get your proficiency bonus.
So it's just a regular attack minus proficiency.
But he's generally, yeah. An improvised weapon, yeah. Minus proficiency, strength modifier for a thrown weapon.
There you go. So just roll your strength, and it should add it on.
Dex to hit, and then strength for damage.
Okay, so it'd be your dex. Gotcha.
Yeah.
So as you launch it, Hongi, you kind of put like a full like Louisville slugger pitch fucking right at this guy. Like whenever you launch it out of your hand, you can actually see dust and fucking particles coming off of this thing, leaving a trail. You threw it so fucking hard. It's like 100-mile-an-hour face fucker ball that's coming in to wreck somebody's day. It hits the ground beside him.
Okay.
And in a radius of 30 feet.
Oh shit! That's everybody.
That's everybody.
Bang! A giant explosion and a flash of light appears. You also notice that, specifically, Axel, you notice that the explosion is very similar to the way it happened back with the woodcutter. And as the explosion happens, it focuses primarily on the paladin, and he gets launched up into the air and pushed back into the corner.
Well, shit.
This monk winds up here. This monk winds up here. This monk winds up here. This monk winds up here.
What happens to us?
Are they dead?
They are fucking hurting. They seem to be pretty wounded, but all seem to be still alive. And sorry, looking for this assets. Bam, 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 bam. The first 2 guards enter the room after the explosion.
Do I get my ready to action?
You get your ready to action.
I wish the combat tracker was marking his health so I knew how much fucking damage we were doing.
Yeah, there's going to be a different way I'm running this one, and don't get used to that health thing anymore. It's going to be secrets. It's alright, so which one would you like to attack? Like, they're not monster tokens, Caleb, so I have all of their stats already just on my notepad over here, so you don't have to worry about them.
Whatever one entered first, I guess.
So, well, they both entered at the same time, so I'm allowing you to select which one.
The nearer to me, I guess.
Okay. Just roll it on the left-hand side.
23.
Oh, you fucking smoked that motherfucker. Alright, describe how you shoot. I'm curious about what your weapons are and how your demeanor is, and I want to get a little idea about what your character's about combat-wise.
Is the roof steep?
It is on the opposite side that you're standing. It's flat where you're flying above.
Yeah, well, I'd like to take a knee on the roof.
Very good.
And just line up the shot and just take it right. That is dead.
Very good. So you just kind of go down and it's just like whoosh, la 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 la, bam, smacks him right in the side of the head, and he fucking just, you can hear him scream in pain, and he kind of falls up against the other guy and trips him, and he falls prone. And this gentleman is perished. Wah.
I do have a oh wait, it's not my turn. Never mind.
No, it's still your turn. What's up?
Is it my turn now? Because they came in after Steve went, and then I took my ready to action. Now it's my turn.
And now it's your turn.
Okay. What do the doors look like, or was there doors that they came through?
There is yes. The monk opened up a door. It was a very I want to say the door is about 8 feet tall, very solid wood, and has a locking mechanism on the back, almost like a barricade.
Does it look like I could be able to fly down and barricade the door?
Definitely.
All right, I would like to try and fly down and barricade the door.
Very good. So you fly all the way down. What's your movement? Fly movement. Is it 50 or
30?
30? Okay, awesome. Yeah,
30.
you're able to get there easily. And the door itself is not heavy at all, and you're able to lock it in place. And then you look over to your left, and Buddy's knocked prone, and he looks at you and he's like, "What the fuck?"
You came to the wrong party.
All right, I want you to roll an intimidation check.
Dude's intimidated by a 2.5-foot man.
He
No,
does.
Thank God.
Thanks.
So when you say this, he kind of can't hear you with the amount of armor that's around his ears, but you can tell he looks startled, and he just starts to back away on the ground from you a little bit, like, "Oh fuck, shit, fuck." All right, bonus action, finish move action. I think you got 10 feet of movement left.
10 feet? Straight up, then.
Straight up, very good.
Yeah.
Very good. All right, next up is Paladin. Paladin's going to spend his turn standing up and start channeling a spell. Next up is Ortholan.
Right.
Hold on. Are these 5-foot squares, Sean?
Yes, they are.
Okay.
What is like the nature of the wall here?
What is the nature of the emergency?
Can you roll a history check, please? Okay, so you're able to discern that these stones are from the outskirts of the city. Even though they may look like they are solid in nature, the durability is actually quite low. You notice that along the edges, you can almost see little archways that look like windows where candles would be placed. And in behind the tree, in the corner, you can tell that there's a little water source back there.
Like sandstone?
Is there a way, like...
No, just regular stone, but it looks like it was shoddily built, like by not masons.
Like, is
Not
there... Like,
The free ones.
Does this wall have a...
like-
How do I describe it? Is it possible to jump over that wall?
The wall is 8 feet high, so I'm not sure what your character proficiency is or what it can do, but it's 8 feet high.
He's a goddamn man rabbit.
A man rabbit.
He looks
A man
silly in that fucking rabbit costume.
394. The word man rabbit comes from man, which means man, and where, which means rabbit. Where, man, rabbit. Now, there are 3 ways to recognize a man rabbit. On my desk on Thursday, 2 rolls of parchment on the man rabbit with a particular emphasis on recognizing it. But sir, it's Quidditch on Thursday. Then I suggest you take extra care, Mr. Potter.
Page
Excuse
394.
you. Page 394. All right. Fuck, sorry.
All right, so you're right up. You're within 10 feet of them.
Okay. Do the stupid thing. Do you do the stupid thing? You can only ready a standard action, correct? You can't ready a move or a bonus, as I understand it.
I'm pretty liberal
But
when
you
it
can-
comes to
wait,
that
no.
shit,
It's
but
a standard action. You can ready a move because you can exchange as your standard action. You can make a move.
But I can ready a bonus action, though, could I?
Depends on some things you can use as a bonus action as a standard action, though. So it depends, I guess.
Yeah. Okay.
I will say this: I will allow readying of a bonus action if
There you go.
if it is cool. If it's not cool, I'll never let you do it again.
I
I'm
think
gonna shit in my hand and ready to throw to somebody.
Okay. What else do I have? 10. Okay. Woof.
Do it, man. I'm ready. Let's go. I'm excited.
Turds. Throw rabbit turds at him.
Fine. I will jump over the wall with my rabbit feet.
So is that an athletics check?
It is, and it automatically happens.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
he's a-
Perfect.
He's a fucking man rabbit.
All right. So you guys, you kind of, Steve, you see Ortholin disappear behind the wall, and you can hear the pitter patter of footsteps as he runs across the pathway. As soon as you ready yourself to jump, you kind of give a little tail wiggle right before you're about to jump, and you just launch yourself over the wall. You come over the crest of the wall, and you can see that the tree is not blocking the path towards him at any point, and I need you to roll a perception check. As you jump over the wall and you look down, you can kind of see him bowing down facing Axel. And on the nape of his neck, you see a small little tail exiting the nape of his neck.
What do I see exiting his neck?
You see a small little tendril exiting the nape of his neck.
Like one of the little fuckers is gonna come back out. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna come down on him with the quarterstaff. And,
Perfect.
Concentrate my attack on the back of his neck.
I'm going to give you an attack with advantage.
That's only a +5. Sorry,
Aye, aye, aye. Blah, blah, blah.
Oh, that's why, because I'm not using it. Unarmed strikes and monk weapons. Quarterstaff is a monk weapon. Yeah, why isn't it? I have to just quickly make a slight change.
No problems. I was half expecting you to jump over the wall and fucking HUD Ryuk and just fucking kick him in the back of the fucking head. Just kind of
going on him with the quarterstaff, like you would swing a maul, like you would swing a sledgehammer over your head with both hands on the very end of it.
Nice.
I'm not actually saying it's a two-handed attack.
All right, you come down and you catch him unaware. As soon as you slam him with the quarterstaff, you can see the ripple in the wood of your quarterstaff kind of buckle as you slam. And you notice that he stumbles forward, his hands separate, and his helmet falls off.
Dope. I'm going to make another attack on him. My bonus monk unarmed attack.
Yep.
Martial arts, baby.
You come around for a second, like almost roundhouse kick towards the side of him, but because of his stumbling nature falling forward with his helmet comes off, it just barely misses. But Axel, I want you to no, I'm going to hold on to that. Never mind. I was going to make a joke, but it just didn't seem proper time. Axel, you look over and you just see this fucking this fucking rabbit just come over the wall at Mach speeds with a fucking kendo stick and just smoke this guy's helmet. The helmet falls at your feet. All right,
Can I see his face?
You can, and he's human.
Anything else of note?
Yeah,
I'm
gonna need to amend this. That should have been a +7. Does that make a difference? So the roll should have been a 13. I just didn't.
No, a 13 wouldn't have.
My unarmed attack for some
reason. So when he looks up Caleb from getting smacked in the back of the head, you actually can see a glowing yellow around his iris.
Okay. Do I see the worm in the back of his neck or the monodrome?
Not at this time. All right. Next up on the list is going to be Steve.
Steve.
After he unmutes himself.
I was reading stuff.
No,
I
that's
just
okay, dude.
realized, dude, I shouldn't have been able to take that martial arts strike anyway because I already burned my bonus action on the jump. So it's just as well.
Wouldn't the movement be the jump?
No, I have to use a bonus action to do the hop.
Oh,
And I used my
really?
movement- Yeah, and I used my movement to move up there anyway. 'cause it's
All
close
right.
to
Just
that.
we'll know for next time. No big deal.
Yeah. And my class is in conflict with my race a little bit.
Alright. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I can't get there. Okay. I'll go 25 feet to there.
Okay, so
Because this is like a walkway around the top of this, right?
it's a
Where
walkway
I'm at.
on the buildings to the left-hand side, so you would have to hop
Oh,
down
okay.
if you wanted to
no,
move around there.
no, we're gonna stay right in this area here. And that B is attention is on Axel, right?
Yeah, he's trying to crawl his way away from Axel.
Huh. Show him why we shouldn't crawl away from people.
Perfect. Before you attack him, I would like you to roll with advantage.
Oh, okay. Well, I rolled 18 either way. But I will roll again, just in case we get a 20.
Okay, so 18 is a hit. So do your damage. Bam. So so Axel, your focus is mainly on the dude's helmet that falls to your feet, but then you just slowly look to the right and you just see fucking Steve with the power of Christ compels. He launches a longbow bolt directly into the back of this guy's throat. It actually protrudes. It splashes, and you can see a little bit of his blood land on your on one of your wings. Now you start to hear the banging and slamming on the door of the other people trying to get in.
Okay, that means my turn.
Unless Honky's got a movement he wants to do.
I'm going to move from this location to this location because this is the walkway right here, right?
Yep, all the way down the side.
Cool. Okay. And the only way in this building is from where Axel's at right now, right?
And the exit into the main foyer at the bottom of the south where Kote went down here.
Right, but there's no bad guys in there.
No, not that you're aware of, no.
Okay.
What's up, Brian?
Just loaded in.
Yep, just saying hello.
Brian is now part of the squad.
He's finally back.
Can you hear me?
Middle-aged man.
Yep, we can hear you, Brian. Welcome. All right, so now Axel, you're up. So
Can I
this
use my bonus action to yell at the paladin.
Oh.
And
Just so you know, I will say this out loud while everybody is here. If you want to talk shit, it doesn't require an action.
okay, well, I kind of want to do like an intimidation thing on him.
That would be a full action, and you've already shot your bow.
All right, well, fuck you.
you just see Axel. You look up and you see Steve walking down the archway. And you can just see kind of him grab his crotch and just shake it at him.
Is the door closed and locked, Sean? The door I was in front of?
Yeah, yes, you've locked it, closed it. It's completely sealed.
Barricaded.
It is barricaded.
Barricaded. He's barricaded at the door.
Okay, well, I'll speak to Ornalon.
Mm-hmm.
Say, hey there, little rabbit. Get y'all's friends out of here, and I'm gonna fly up and take a shot at the paladin.
Very good. So I will give you advantage because he's caught flat-footed. Fucking dirty
What?
dancing. Goddamn dirty dancing. So you fucking... So you come up and you kind of looked over towards Steve and you kind of felt like your blood was like, I have to be better than this guy. And you just kind of go up and you pull back the bow twice as far as the Goliath did and you just smoke him right, and it just catches him right in the chest, right above the nape. And he just kind of stands up and you can kind of hear him take the... and he falls down on one knee. He reaches into his pocket and starts to rummage for something.
Whose turn is it?
It's still Axel. So Axel, you got a move and a bonus.
No, I don't got no bonuses I can do. But I sure can move. Are you doing flanking?
Yes, flanking is the thing.
Alright. I will fly down to get in to flank the paladin.
I will say this right off the bat. I will allow flanking if you are 5 feet off the ground. Because this man is pretty tall. And his armor's pretty huge.
Sure.
Very good. Alright, next up is going to be...
Wait, there we go. I'll drop my bow and draw my hand axe.
There you go.
What's the F?
That means he's flying.
Oh.
It's just to remind me that he's not on the ground if I decide to take somebody else and shove it up his ass.
I think we were doing fairy things too.
Oh, or yeah, fairy. It could be fairy. Oh, he's fairy man. Oh, look at the fairy man. Oh, he's so tiny. All right, and as you get in, he reaches into his pocket and he pulls out this piece of parchment and he kind of unscrolls it with a hand. You see him place it up to his chest. And then crackling forms, and sparks start to fly.
Well, hell.
All right, Ortholan, you're up.
Freckles is asking why you're not streaming D&D.
Yes, what's your Twitch thing?
It is. I will tell her I'll message to her directly.
D20 Tactics, right?
Yeah, I'll just send her the link directly. Bam. There we go.
So he's looking in his pocket at a fucking scroll.
Yeah, and he takes it out and places it upon his chest. I need everybody to... I need Axel and I need Ortholan to make reflex checks.
Oh, shit.
Holy fuck. Okay, we just got a fucking new sub. What's up? That scared
Ginger?
That fucking scared the shit out of me. Jesus Christ, I almost hopped out of my seat.
9. I rolled a 2. It's supposed to be by thing.
Alright. Cote, reflex check.
1 sec.
Tell me.
You got a 1, he said?
My life. Yeah, I said a 13. I'm gonna talk shit to fucking Axel as he's about to get blown up. At least my deck saves are better than yours.
Are they really?
If I fail, I can add a D4 to that if I want. To take my reaction to add a D4.
I want to... Sorry?
Hang on. I add a D4 to that roll for my rapid lucky footwork.
Oh, right on.
So my save is 17.
Perfect. Alright, so as he extends the scroll to his chest, you can kind of see the scroll adhere to his armor and almost like a plastic being heated in the sun, and it kind of connects to his chest piece. I'm going to have Axel, I need you to take 3 damage. And it's going to be force damage.
Okay.
And as the little ripple effect happens, you can kind of notice down below you, you can actually see that the ground is in the same shape as the explosions from the machines. Ortholan, you do this kind of nimble little back step where it just completely misses you and smashes off the wall behind you.
I'm not able to add damage, Sean. You'll have to do it.
To you?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's weird.
You said 3, not 4.
You're going to take 5 just for mouthing.
You should take 2 for correction.
There you go. All right, so as that happens, you can kind of see that he's starting to get a little winded, and you can hear the door rattling behind you, and you can actually start to hear axes and all that kind of stuff slamming on the side. Hey, Ginger, what's up? All right, next up is going to be Ortholan. You're up next.
All right, I'm gonna beat him with the staff.
Very good.
That'd be great. Do like a swirly pirouette around the world thing. We'll swing it to the left of him and miss
I was
on
just
purpose.
seeing if I could reach there. I was getting
Come
ready
around
to
and build
close it out.
momentum, swing it to the right, miss on purpose, come around and swing it, and then on the third revolution, I'll come down and crack.
Oh, you're going to double feint and then uppercut kind of deal?
Oh, it's like, you know, like, no, you can swing something in the circles to build momentum or whatever.
Oh, cool.
You know,
The wind
like
up.
he takes 720 degrees of wind up. Just like, whoa, whoa, bang.
What's that in radians?
So you'll get a +2 to your attack for flanking.
Miyagi.
6 pi radians of wind up. Happy you fuck.
What's that in arc seconds?
Some multiple of the number of degrees.
All right, you hit.
Probably
Deal your damage.
Times 60 and then times another 60. Fucking smartass. Oh, God, man. That's not supposed to be +3. That's supposed to be +5. I gotta change that. Why does it not fucking do that?
Because isn't it based off of your dex?
Yeah, but for some reason it only hits it defaults to strength. I have to change it to.
Oh, gotcha.
I will roll it again.
But the damage itself would be strength, but I thought that to hit was dex.
It's dex for both.
Oh, cool.
It is for monks. Yeah.
Neat.
Yep.
All right, so you crack him. He's like heavily focused on the pain of his chest, and when you crack him, he falls prone.
All right, second attack unarmed. I'm gonna
Curb
elbow
stomp
drop
this
him.
bitch.
All right, so add a +2, and it's going to be advantage. Sorry, because he's prone.
Oh well.
Oh, and you also I'm flanking too, so
Yeah,
That's what the +2 is for.
bam. So as you come down, so are you hitting him with the staff again, or is it just an unarmed strike?
Unarmed strike. I'm elbow dropping on the back of his
So-
neck.
Perfect. As you come down with the elbow, it strikes him right at the top of the spine. And then all you see is the tail that was once attached to his neck opens up, and another Terradrome falls out on the side.
Nice.
what
Damage
tarnation?
total.
Are those things I like to throw around?
Yup.
Put it on the screen, please.
I would have to find it again.
Oh,
I have it as it's on the character.
give it
It's on the
a-
combat tracker. If you guys want to look at the picture.
No, it's not for us.
And you should be able to just drag the token from there. You go, boom. Oh right. Oh, it's over there.
And the paladin's body goes limp.
Sure.
All right. Next up on the agenda is the monodrone. It's gonna try to fucking run away. I need both of you to do attacks of opportunity, if you wish.
That hits. It doesn't move very fast. That's
Very good. Both of you slam down your weapons on it almost simultaneously, and the thing doesn't make it more than 5 feet before it breaks into pieces. Axel, I need you to roll a perception check. All right, Ortholin, I need you to do a perception as well. So, Ortholin, you can hear tick, 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 tick coming from the thing after you hit it.
Things gonna blow, guys. Gotta take it apart.
Throw it out the door.
Oh wait, yeah, taking it apart doesn't help.
There's 28 people outside. Throw it outside.
Fucking huck it.
Whose turn is it?
It's going to be Steve's turn.
Okay, so Steve can totally move to here, and it leaves me 5 feet of movement. I'm going to grab this guy and huck him out the door.
Very good. I'll get you to do that strength check again, super play. Since you're not really aiming at anything, you're just trying to throw it all over the wall. I'm not going to make you roll an attack or anything.
I'm not throwing it over the wall. All right, I guess I am. Yeah, I'm just kind of I have a general idea where these like 30 guards are because they're like trying to break into the door.
Yeah, you can hear them on the door right next to you. Like, you know they're on the other side of the wall.
I'm just trying to volley this about 15 feet on the other side of that, on like mid pile of those 30 people.
Nice. Roll your strength check. So as you launch,
isn't it a dex too?
So as you launch it over the wall, you can kind of see it start to spiral, and it's kind of like you can see the eyeball of the machine start to circle, and when it starts to come on its downwards trajectory, it hits the top of the wall above the door, and then rolls to the other side.
All right.
You still have a bonus action if you wish.
And 5 feet of movement, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm directly in front of this door.
Yeah.
So I want to move to the 5 feet area where that guy was, so that I'm not directly in front of this now explosion that just fell on the other side of the door.
Very good. All right. So what you see next is Ortholin. You look over towards the Paladin Kurek, and you notice that on his back there seems to be a ragged, rigid formation that looks like his armor was almost compressed together and locked in place, and you see it start to open up. And then on the inside, you just see this broken, beaten human who's just laying, still breathing, in this suit of armor. And he is not moving. What would you like to do?
Whose decision is this?
Fuck, I'm muted, sorry. I said I'm gonna go over to, I'm gonna just gesture toward the guy that you just described to the other guys and immediately go over and tend to the monks that are all bleeding out. Because they're the Brotherhood's the most important thing to him.
Alright, as you go over towards the monks, you notice that a lot of the monks have... the two monks that are close to you have superficial wounds. They seem to be able to... They're starting to stand up now that their bonds have been broken from the explosion. And they're like starting to skimmy themselves towards the door. They give you the thumbs up that they're okay, and they're starting their retreat.
Same with the guys on the left?
No, the other two are in worse condition.
Okay, I'm going over here.
Awesome. I need you to roll a perception check, please.
Gonna have to hotkey that shit.
Okay, you notice that the monk that you're standing directly in front of you has passed, but the one on the left has many major wounds that are kind of like concussive blasts from his chest, and you notice that his arm is broken.
Alright, you see Ortolan do like a lightning fast religious fucking symbol like the Holy Cross or something, only non-Christian.
It's morphin' time!
And then he just immediately goes over here and first aids this motherfucker.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and get you to do a medicine check.
He's tearing off pieces of his robes.
Hello, my name is Ortolan, and I know first aid.
Megan, yeah, there you go. I do know first aid. Not so good at it today, but I know it.
So apparently somebody's audio is not coming through. Everybody say hello.
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 Weed is in.
Yeah, it seems everybody's talking.
It's just everybody but you.
Oh, it's super low. Okay. Kalen, say hello.
Hello.
Kote, say hello.
Hello.
It's gotta be Kote. Okay, I'll turn him up. All right.
Up the dams.
Turn around.
Let's see if that works. All right, cool. All right. So so what was your medicine check? 10. So you're able to bind his wounds to a point where he doesn't seem to be bleeding out anymore. You're unable to set his broken arm, but you are able to kind of quickly amass enough cloth and clothing to be able to make a sling for him.
Yeah.
And he looks at you and he says, "Brother, thank you. What is this nonsense that I see? Seems that the world is coming to an end. Why? Why now of all things?"
I don't know. This tyrant is walking around beheading people. All I know is that he can't live, and now he's not.
All right.
Figure this out.
Axel, you're up next.
Brother Sputsmackin is dead. And then he'll say
Sputsmackin'.
silent visual. It's hard when you're put on the spot.
So he's dying in this set of power armor that's opened up.
You're not sure if he's dying. It's just you. All you know is you opened up and you can actually see the flesh with beneath, and that he is like he's very much hurting, and you can actually see that there's a hole at the bottom of his neck slowly starting to close.
Am I aware of what that this thing's been taking control of people?
Yeah, it's the same. It's a similar make and model of the one that was on the woodcutter.
Do these people know that these things are taking over people?
There's no way to know.
Can I grab him by his hair and pull him out of the armor?
Yes, you can. Oh, you reach in and you grab him by around the neck and kind of lift him up. And all you see is, as you lift him, you can notice that there was tubules from the armor that were slowly going into his body. And as you pull him back, the tubules start to snap with liquid coming out. I'll get you to do a knowledge nature check, please. You notice it to be a mix of water, ginseng, and another unknown component, which I need you to roll an Arcana check for me.
Not Axel's strong suit. 16.
And you notice that the second ingredient is crushed up echo lilies.
Echo lilies. Alrighty. Hopefully our note takers taking notes of this. It seems important. Whenever they detach, is there like blood or other bodily fluids coming out of it?
Like out of his body himself, you mean? Or
Yeah.
no, there you don't see any kind of other things coming from him. Only where the tube's connected to his flesh that snapped off do you see that stuff.
Does it seem like it's causing him discomfort or pain?
No, he seems to be unconscious at the moment.
Can I manipulate his body?
You certainly
I have a
can.
strength of 10. I'm gonna glance over at Steve. Say, be a mighty shame to let that armor go to waste.
Can I pick this man up out of this suit of armor?
Yes, you can.
All right.
I thought I did already, right?
No, you just you pulled him out of it, so to the point where he was almost kneeling in it.
Oh, okay.
I want to pull him out and sit him up against the tree.
Okay, you can easily do it.
All right, and he's still alive, right?
He is still alive.
I'm going to ask him why he's been killing people.
You walk up to him and you shut the fuck up. You put your hand on his shoulder and he's just gurgling.
Oh, he that dead.
No, he's alive, but he's just unconscious.
Yeah. I'm put his armor on.
All right, so you try to hop over and you try to insert yourself into the suit of armor, but you can tell that it's much too small for you. So you can kind of get a leg in there, but there's nowheres for your kind of toes to go. You put your arm in there and you realize that it only goes up to about halfway up the wrist. Like you're trying really hard to get into it. Like you're like salivating over this armor, and you're like, oh! But it just
So is it one of those things that has to be made? It's made tailor made for him specifically.
knowledge history, please. All right, you're able to tell that the paladins that are from this sect, these suits are magically powered by the life essence of those who wear it.
Oh, okay.
Just grab it and let's go.
That's what I was gonna say. So I'm just gonna kind of like stuff it in my bag since it's smaller than me. It can totally go into my item bag. And
it's not
weigh
gonna
that
go.
much.
It's not gonna go into your item bag. You'll have to carry it.
Well then, I'm going to tie it to my back with hemp rope.
Yeah, you can just throw it over your shoulder and just fucking strong
because
man the shit.
I want empty hands.
All right, so you're putting your bow away.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like I want to tie this suit of armor to my back so that it can't fall off. That way, I have empty hands so that I can. Still
All right,
use
it'll
my bow.
take you 2 rounds to be able to attach it to your back.
Okay.
Just let's get out of here right now. I'm gonna pick up my bow and kind of draw it, point it at the door. Like he'll be fine. Get Ortolan.
All right, so as you guys start to like gather your party, an explosion goes off outside the door. I need Steve to make a reflex check.
Is that Dex?
Dex save, yeah.
Wow.
That one.
All right, as the explosion goes off in the corner, you can kind of see that the walls start to ripple and start to crumble with the force of the explosion. I almost called you Scrog. Steve, I need you to take 2 points of damage. And that's just from random rocks falling off of the wall, and you can start to see that the door is decayed and the soldiers start to claw their way in. Initiative is officially over.
Okay. I'm going to also pick up the paladin that's dying and throw him over my shoulder with his armor, and like not in his armor. Okay, so like I got an armor over one shoulder, him over another shoulder, and I am running the fuck away.
All right, so I will say this: you will have the choice of putting one or the other over your shoulder without gaining negatives to your speed or movement. But if you do choose to do both, you will be at half speed.
They can remake this armor. I'm dropping the armor and I'm taking the dude.
Okay. Ba-dum. Bam.
I have that man, and then I can run, yeah.
So, Ortholan, you notice that the monk that was beside you, who gives you a pat on the back and says thank you, he's able to walk now, and he puts his hand towards you as in a sign of gesture for you to help him.
Excellent. I'll help him up.
Okay, and you guys proceed out. And you guys are now inside the building of the monastery. Kote, you know all of the different directions you can take to escape that I explained to you before. You may choose one now.
Let's take the grate and the floor.
All right, so at the back end of the monastery, in the monk that got his head chopped off in his quarters, is a small room that goes back into a pantry, and it is the sewer domain. So it's open, and you can proceed in.
So as I see us start heading this way, I'm going to make it known that I saw guards outside of the sewer when I came in.
Oh, shit. Really? How many were there?
2.
Ah, jeez. Do you think they'll attack us?
I mean, we've killed 5 people.
Maybe to spare
I'm carrying one of them.
We should leave
I'm carrying the paladin.
All right, so you guys are going to take a brief repos. Brian, are you there? Okay, so we're going to take a 5 here, boys. And
yeah. Well, hold on. If there's a better point for you to stop, I gotta stop in like 5 minutes anyway. So if you want to get to a different point, then
it's just it's basically whatever exit Kote decides to take is going to be the next section. So now would be the best time.
Perfect. All right, I'll hang out for like I said, I'll hang out for 5. All right,
Nice.
cool.
I
5-minute break it is.
All right. Is Brian actually in the chat? He is.
He is here. He has a tendency to stay muted
Yeah.
and not knowing that he's muted. Can we unmute him?
I just sent him a message to see if he answers.
Hello, Jack. You are also muted, but you've been muted, saying you're here but not here, but you're here and not.
Yeah, I'm here.
So what do you think so far, Jack? Pretty hectic, eh?
Yeah, a lot more action than what me and Bri got up to.
Yeah, I had no plans for a combat, but the second fucking honky shows up in any situation, I have to have combat ready.
I am a chaotic good. That's the reason I didn't leave that man to die. I'm going to
Yeah, no, I 100%. I was
his-
jumping in there too.
nursing his
No, but you
wounds
tied
back.
his fucking armor around yourself to just drag it around. That's fucking weird, man.
Listen, man.
No, he left the armor.
I left the armor because it was going to take me 2 rounds to tie it to me, and I didn't have 2 rounds to fucking stay there.
Oh, okay, I missed that part.
So yeah, let's go ahead and take a 5. Everybody can decide if they're sticking around for the next part or not, and if anybody extra wants to join, you can. I'm just waiting to hear from Brian because he's the only character that's really like still out there somewhere that wasn't involved in this because he's chilling with Jack at the moment. So I don't know. I'm gonna see if I can get in contact with Brian. And if nothing comes of Brian, then we'll just continue on with the next part, unless you guys want to leave it there. It's completely up to you. I got probably another
8 hours.
I want to say an hour and a half to 2 at most. I work the evening shift tomorrow, so I work at 3 p.m.
See if you can get a hold of Bri, and if not, we can call it for the night.
Well, you don't get to decide that because you're technically not playing.
Or am I?
So yeah, I'm just messaging him on all fronts to see what his plan is. I want to give him the opportunity to get in here and role play a little bit if he wants to.
Set an alarm for 4:30 a.m.
Yeah.
You've chosen a really fun time to message me.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
What's up?
I was just like, well, I was listening to you guys. I was like, I want to play some Fortnite. So I just need
He
my
was
computer to finish this
actually
fight.
masturbating.
All right. Are you on your Yeti or are you on your other headset?
I'm on my Yeti.
Okay, cool. Very good. Yeah, do you want to jump in or what's up?
Yeah, just give me a minute to finish this fight. There's only 40 dudes left.
Shit, and here I thought...
That's what she said.
Yeah. All right, cool. So we'll take a tenner and everybody go do some stuff.
Oh, yeah, good opportunity like that every day.
All right, guys, so I'm going to pop us over. I'm going to just say hi to Ginger. Hello, Ginger. What is up? So yeah, this is a brand new story, Ginger. So any of the new information or the new plots, you can actually see over on the YouTube channel if you want to watch the previous ones. But as for now, we're going to be live streaming on Twitch. It's going to be the thing. Take us over to spawn camp as we chill. There we go.
Oh my god, I love stars.
Yeah, so the way I planned that is every turn that guy was going to throw out a new techno... I'm going to call them technodromes from now on. So every round he was supposed to throw out more and more and more to try to convince you guys to fuck off, but I think I like it a lot better the way it happened. Yeah, so I could probably go for another hour and a half after this.
Hey, you'll like the way you look.
Guarantee it.
The only thing that doesn't match on your character token, Honky, is that hair. Everything else looks good, and I'm just every time I look at the hair, I'm just like, what the fuck am I looking at? It's fucking hilarious.
Couldn't be better.
Actually gonna turn Kalen down a little bit. Just a tad. Bam. Alright, any questions, comments, concerns so far, guys?
Nope.
It wasn't obvious. I was not taking notes for that one.
No, obviously no. That's fine. I think everybody was pretty well present for that one anyway, so I think we're good. All right, so now it is effectively nighttime, guys. So I'm going to say you got about 3 hours to make it, 3-4 hours to make it to the Zeppelin.
Is it a Led Zeppelin?
Just wondering how far I
Led.
I was just wondering how far I could punt you if I kicked you in the ass. Fucking Led Zeppelin. Do-do-do-do. 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 Alright, I'm gonna put us on a quick repos while I go piss and get a drink. And when I return, see who's ready to go. There we go. So, as you guys enter the sewers, there's a staircase that goes down, I want to say about 20 to 30 feet, and then reaches a plateau beneath it. On the right-hand side of the staircase, there's a little archway on the floor that is reversed and goes all the way down, and there's running water flowing through it. It is not necessarily, it's dim light at best. And as you guys venture down there, you can see that there's lots of different crossways and arches that you could possibly go through. It looks like not only is it a sewer, but it has parts of the ground beneath the city that's actually attached to it. So it's not all sewer. It's more along the lines that the sewer was built and openings show up that go into different locations. I need Ordalan. I need you to roll me a history check. Now I need you to roll me a perception check. So at this point down this hallway, you can kind of tell the direction on where each of these alleyways kind of lead to. You can get a general understanding of where you are in the city. If you head down the leftmost path, you know that'll take you to the residential district. If you take the rightmost path, it'll take you back to where all the Zeppelins are parked on the airfields on the outskirts of town, and the other one takes you back to the merchant market.
So, okay. We want to try and get to the blimp, right? So, everyone is here, right, according to the story?
Everyone is here, but you do know that the place you're going to get to the Zeppelin is at the clock tower. But there is a place where all the other Zeppelins are parked on the outskirts of town.
Yeah, we're going to go to the clock tower general direction then.
Okay, so the closest one would be the merchant district that's just on the opposite side of the industrial district.
Perfect.
Alright, so as you guys are heading down the pathway, you travel for about, I want to say 40 minutes, 50 minutes, you're just trudging through. Steve, you got this guy on your back. Why did your picture change again?
Because I didn't like his hair.
I wasn't making fun of your hair.
No, I didn't like his hair to begin with, and then when you agreed with me that his hair looked like stupid shit, I was like, all right, cool. I'm gonna try this other picture. It was right beside.
Okay, that just fucked with me there for a second. Anyways, you guys progress down, and then there is a large opening in the sewer systems that is a little bit of a convoluted place to get. But as you get there, you notice that there's like an alcove where you can sit and rest. Now, I want you to... you guys have the feeling that you may have some time to be able to relax. It doesn't seem as more like hyper-esque right now. So you can choose to stop and take a break if you wish.
How much XP do we get from my fight?
So what would you guys like to do?
See if we're close to leveling up, probably.
I don't know if there's any reason to rest.
I want to see. All right, so this guy's still unconscious, right?
At the moment.
Okay. I'm gonna wake him up.
Okay, so you put his back up against the wall and you just give him a good old slap in the face.
After I tie him up.
And he does come to.
Okay, he is bound, by the way. He is definitely bound. He is not. His hands are not free.
Oh yeah, if you saw the state of this guy, you probably wouldn't even have bothered to bound him. That's how rough shape he's in.
Yeah, but he's a paladin and he could do magic stuff and blah blah blah. And I ain't taking no chances. Anyway, morning.
What is this place? Where am I? Who are you?
This is the shitter sewer here, and we're the dudes that just beat your ass. So here's the thing. I've watched you kill 2 people, and because I'm a better man than you, we didn't kill you, and I didn't leave you there for dead. So you're going to explain to me why you're killing people and what you're looking for.
What day is this?
I don't fucking know.
The last thing I remember is being held at council.
Counsel for what? What'd you do?
We were planning the departure. The massive Zeppelin brigade that's supposed to be heading to the east. I was with the Sarl, and I was with the Tali. What? Why do I not remember?
I don't know, my friend. There's a little creature inside you, but I watched you kill 2 dudes, bro. Actually, I watched you kill a lady and a monk.
He says, I have no memory of this. What witchcraft is this?
I'm gonna look to my bunny friend because the other guy's left. So you're the only guy still here, Kote.
Well, I don't know. Does he seem like he's telling the truth about his memory?
Roll your insight. You can tell that he's pretty open about what he's saying. You don't sense any deception in his voice. He kind of leans over towards Ortolan, and he looks up and he recognizes you. Says, I do recall you, sir. Another thing that springs to mind is me scratching parchment and gathering a list. There were people on this list.
Okay. Was my monk buddy that you slaughtered on that list? Was the dude that you fucking decapitated in the door of my monastery on that list? What about that bitch that you fucking struck down in the middle of the street for no reason?
You can
Oh
kind
yeah, you killed 2 monks, you fucking paladin piece of shit.
Oh.
Yeah, so as you say that, he kind of looks down and says, albeit, I was not of sound mind. I don't recall anything. Except for the list. The list seemed so important at the time. But the pictures,
Told you to make
they
the
didn't
list.
make sense to me. But all I remember is just a picture. You were there, and he points to you, Ortolan. And he points over towards Steve, and he says, you were there as well.
Now listen here, Dorothy. We ain't got time for this. We got like 27 as I look to Orland, trying to remember how many of these people we've killed.
no.
Of your buddies behind us that are not real happy. Maybe you could try and speak to them before they try to murder everybody here.
Alright, roll a, the thingy. The
Yep.
the convince me button.
Oh yeah, I got you. Hey, are you a very convincing guy there, Ortolan?
No.
Fuck me neither.
Yeah, so roll your
The monk,
persuasion.
I'm pretty closed
Can I
off.
do performance instead?
No. Alright, so you try to convince him, but it's almost as if your voice is falling off the deaf ears. You take a look down upon his chest and on his back, and you see the crevices that the tubules that were connected to you. Almost see like metal hinges that would hold these tubes in place that have been surgically altered into his body.
Can I poke one? I don't know what to do. I don't have anything to put in there. I mean, I get an idea of what's happening. Like he's dying, and there's like he's probably already dead when we were fighting him, right?
Well, basically all you know is that there was something attached to the nape of his neck that was controlling his mind. It was removed, it exploded. Whenever you pulled him out of the mech armor, it seemed that all of the contraptions that were used to power the suit got pulled out with it, and all you see is just light little driplets of liquids that are coming from the holes.
Copy. Are you able to survive outside of your suit, there, friend?
He looks up and down, he says, I think so. Allow me a moment. And then you just see, over the course of his brow and over the edges of his shoulders, you see almost like a solar light appear from his sides, and then you can kind of see just any abrasions that he had or anything just kind of start to heal on its own. And then, Ortolan, I need you to roll a perception check. Okay, so you're standing off to the side watching all this happen, and you can actually see that the man before you is actually reaching 2 fingers from his hands that are bound and touching the side of his hand. And I'll need you to roll a religion check for me, or a knowledge arcana check for me.
Knowledge arcana. Or can ya?
Uh,
All right, you're not quite sure what you're witnessing, but you know it to be a magical event that heals wounds.
oh.
He kind of looks into he kind of looks up towards you and says, "I think I feel much better."
Learn that skill.
I
What's
apologize
that?
for your wounds, but we couldn't let you kill anymore.
Curious that things would end up this way. I was warned of this at one point. That something may be lurking in the background of the city. An unseen force. It worried me to the point. No. It worried me to a point. Something tells me that I could find out more information of this. But it seems that my body is broken. Even with the healing, I don't think I will survive much longer. And he looks over towards you, Steve, and says, "Steve, reach into my pocket. There's something for you there." And he kind of just leans over, and just on the underwear that he was wearing that you pulled him out of, you can kind of see a little satchel on his side.
Hey, listen, man, the last paladin priest guy that tried to get me to touch a satchel near his underwear is doing 25 to life in prison. Sorry. I'm gonna reach down and grab the satchel.
As you reach down and you open it up, you notice that it is very similar to the seal that you received earlier, and it looks like a secondary piece.
Copy. I'm going to announce this one to everybody.
Very good. So on the sides of it, it's like a very dark red looking piece of artifact. And as it kind of, like on the very top of it, you can see a spindle almost area that goes concave inside of the machine, and it looks like it connects to the other piece.
I'm gonna give that to Bunnicula.
I didn't understand a word you said. What?
I'm gonna give that to Bonicula.
Yeah.
All right, so he hands it over. So I'll get you to roll a investigation check for me, Ortholin.
Borderline.
I answer to both. Nice.
Okay, you can tell that these two pieces fit together somehow, but you can't seem to figure it out.
Oh wait, the 2 pieces that I have?
Yeah, that's what you said you handed him, right?
Oh, okay. I didn't realize there were 2 things that went together.
Hi, welcome to D&D.
So I thought, okay, so we were looking for crests. So like I was thinking like the like little stamp things. You know what I mean? That like
Yeah,
like
they're big though. They're like the size of like if you cut a grapefruit in half. These insignias are big, and they're used to stamp things. But it looks like this one's in 2 pieces. One has a conclave on the inside where the other one would attach to, but it's just Orthland couldn't figure it out.
Can I? Okay, then can I see that again and see if I can try to put it together? Because I didn't realize that's what it was. I was trying to hand him. I thought it was like 2 different stamps, and like I was like, okay, well I'll keep this one and you keep this one, and that way if we get separated, we both have a like royal stamp.
Gotcha.
But okay, so you know what I mean? So like I didn't realize they were
investigation.
Yes. Okay. Sorry. Sorry. What's up?
Okay, as you take a look on the interior side, you notice a locking mechanism on the bottom part of the first seal that you received. As you... Shut the fuck up, Brian, and change that immediately.
What?
Fucking,
Yes.
fucking Michelangelo, attaboy.
Nice.
Ninja Turtle.
So as you connect the
Why
two
not?
pieces together, you can kind of hear clicking as almost a mechanical motion. And as the seal enters into the socket of the previous one, it sort of melds together. And it reaches over the top of it, and you can see the seal in the center now has a secondary ring around it that wasn't there before. So it seems that the seal itself has grown in size. And through the end of it appears kind of like a long, I want to say about a 4 centimeter wide tube that comes down from the end of it almost magically. And you can tell that it looks like a key.
I found the key to the secret tunnel.
So he says, take this. Venture forth. Keep yourself safe. There's something amiss here. Please
So he's
allow
seen
me to
me-
go.
I
No.
totally forgot.
No!
He's seen me. No, you wait, because he's seen me produce this other piece and didn't ask any questions.
So he says, please allow me the chance to venture. I need to leave this place. I need to meet with... Oh, fuck, what's her name again? Hold on. Now you got me all screwed up. I lost my place.
Misery?
No, the other one. Where is he? Ulani Merketh. She is the leader of the Tali and Wise. You need to speak. I need to speak with her immediately. And if you're wondering who that is, bam. So he's saying he needs to speak with her immediately.
Didn't we already find out she's bad?
You've heard rumors and hearsay, but you don't know for sure.
Alright, well, I'm going to relay that message to our newfound paladin friend and tell him that we've been told that she's a bad guy.
All right. Roll a deception check.
It's not a deception, it's the truth.
Is it?
It's the truth that I know. I have been told that she is a bad lady.
And who did you get told by?
I don't know, you told me. The DM told me.
I don't think so.
The DM said there's rumors that she's
Roll your
bad.
deception check.
Oh,
He
Like I
says,
said.
so what do you say to him? I want it word for word. You fucked this up, not me.
I didn't fuck it up. So I was at the bar one night, and there was a couple of her very nicely dressed priestmen, and they were not talking very highly of this lady that you need to go meet with. I would tread very lightly around this woman at this point in life.
And the people that you're speaking of, can you remind me who they were?
I don't know, well-dressed people. I don't know. I'm lying my ass off at this point. I don't know. The DM said the DM. He wears this big mystical cloak. He's got a big like hat. Comes to a point, and he goes, "What's a saw?" He said, "Hey, there's a rumor says she's a bad lady."
I'm
I'm okay with this.
he's very confused about, like, you start to trail on, and he's trying to follow the story the whole way through, and he every time you finish a sentence, he kind of puts his finger up as if to ask a question as you proceed on to the next sentence. And he says, this is the first I'm hearing of it. Maybe she is. I don't know who to trust now.
Until 10 minutes ago, buddy, you were a bad guy, okay? Like, I don't know what to tell you.
Very good. So he kind of says, either way, I must find her. Please allow me the chance to remove these bonds. I need to speak with her immediately.
Gote, how do you feel about removing this guy's bonds? I mean, I guess he did just kill your guys. Like, you want to try him for his crimes?
I just want to get to the blimp. I mean,
Alright, we're gonna leave
the
this
rabbit seems to be meditating and doesn't comment.
What about the monk that's with us?
Oh, what about him? I can't control
There you
him.
go. Orlan is taking a short rest.
Okay. What about
So you
the
may
other monk?
use your hit dice to replenish your AC if you wish, or your HP.
I have all the HP.
Very good. All right, so Brian, are you there?
Yeah.
So you are. So what have you been doing in the recent time? I assume that you have been studying the Sanskrit and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, man, hanging out with Jack, trying to figure out what's going on with that.
Very good. So
Yeah,
go ahead.
I kind of figured that what we did last time is happening concurrently with Steve's misadventures here this time.
Yep. So at this point, you have officially caught up to each other.
Yeah. We're just not in the same place yet.
Exactly. So you guys have heard the explosions from downtown.
Alright,
Westra.
so before I release you there,
No.
Pallet. What?
So what would you guys like to do?
Westra, did you want to go see if that was another one of those explosive little majiggers?
To be honest, I kind of don't, but I think we should.
I mean, maybe you can get a magic eye.
I don't think I want one of those. It looked really painful.
Yeah, it was.
So you can kind of see Jaladri just kind of raises an eye patch over to the monstrosity that's attached itself to his face.
Yeah, he did wrap something around that there last time.
All right. So as you guys exit the area and you start to pull in towards where the main area is, that's in between all the districts, you notice that there is a large scale battle happening on the other end of town. I need you both to roll perception checks.
Okie dokie.
All right, so the both of you, as you're walking into the center of town, watching the nonsense happen, below your feet, you can notice that there's tiny grates that kind of arc its way through the stoning of the center of town. Kind of starts, there's one big manhole cover in the center and a bunch of like little see-through parts that venture off into different entrances and exits of each buildings. And when you're looking down, all you see is the group of adventurers that are down in the sewers run by you at lightning speed.
That, I think I just saw our friends run by.
Friends is a pretty generous word, but yeah, that's them.
I mean,
Who invited
friends by
Buford?
contractual obligation. Hence my better judgment. I think we should chase them.
All right, so you see on the left-hand
Reluctantly
side, you
agree.
can kind of see that it starts to plow off towards the residential district.
So best course of action would be to maybe head in the direction they were going and try to find a way down. Because if we head down here, we're gonna run right into whatever they were running away from.
True.
All right.
They were going that way. So let's go that way.
Towards
I
the
gesture in the-
residential district.
So as you guys proceed, like as of the last session, when you guys heard the sound of the whistles that indicate the end of sales for the town, you also hear another secondary whistle, one that sounds a lot more high-pitched than usual. And you can actually start to see over the crests of the building towards town, towards where the Zeppelins are. Many Zeppelins are starting to take off into the air and coming to the center of town.
They're congregating.
Yeah, it must be something big. We better get those guys and get out of here. Oh, how much time do we have before we have to catch our Zeppelin?
There are, it's going to be 3 hours till the 12-hour mark.
Yep.
Yeah, we better
Not-
get those guys and get out of the city. Or
Yeah, we need to drag them up here. Playtime for them is over. We have a job to do.
You sense a feeling of pride in yourself because you're a person that's always about the mission. All right, so as you guys proceed through and you walk down the alleyways and follow the drainage system all the way through, it brings you to a small wooded area that's surrounding a large courtyard. It's probably about 100 feet by 300 feet wide, and it's just nothing but trees and gardens, and you see a well at the very back.
I'm gonna go over to the well and extend down my hempen rope.
Very good. So you look over, and you're actually noticing that water does fill it up by about halfway. As you look down, you can kind of also notice that there's a lot of coins at the bottom of this well as well. I need you to roll a perception check. Perfect. Off to the right-hand side of the well, you do notice a doorway that's kind of being overgrown by foliage.
I'm going to go and open that.
Okay, as you go, it's going to take you a few minutes to be able to tear out all of it, but you managed to do it because you just got the claws, man. You're a digging machine. So you're just like, oh, like I'm spinning arms like a dreidel, just dirt kicks out behind you. It's almost like you're a piece of a machinery just built to fucking dig. Anyways, as you kind of kick the door open, you kind of have the stench and smell of stale water.
Oh, that's... Oh. I'm gonna lean over into my shoulder and smell my flower.
It smells delicious. Whenever you take a little
Okay.
sniff of this thing, it just kind of fills your air with kind of like almost like you're almost regal. Like anybody who should be wearing something like this, just you feel sexy.
Oh yeah. There we go.
I love
Okay.
So just as an aside for anybody who hasn't watched the vlog, the reason why he has a flower is he did something really nice for a child, and the child gave him the flower.
Where did the eye come from?
Speaking of which, guys, you can check out the notes.
Yes, this is for you,
Making
Honky,
notes
specifically.
in our public.
If you want to know everything that happened in the last session when you weren't here, if anybody goes to notes, you can actually see everything written down almost word for word.
Yeah, good
Yeah,
summary.
basically.
So yeah, that'll come up later, Honky, but you're not there to ask yet. That'll come up later. So as you start to venture down, you take a look back, and Wester's kind of keeping an eye out for you to try to see what's going on in the downward courtyards.
Yep.
So off to the
Right.
left, you see a staircase that leads down 30 feet, and it goes into like a watery pit. But you also notice that there are lit torches that go all the way down on the wall of this place. So it looks to be fairly common used place.
Oh.
So you kind of find it curious why the door would be overgrown in the first place.
Huh. Can... Do I see any recent, like, can I roll an investigation to see if I see any, like, footsteps?
That'll be perception, but yes. Yes, you can.
Okay. Yeah, you just tell me what skill I'm supposed to use.
Yeah. So whenever you start to look around on the right hand, like when you open the door and step onto the platform and the stairs go off to your left, there's kind of like a mini wooden railing system in front of you. You put you put both hands on it and you peer over the side. And it looks like on the right hand side of the tunnel, there is an archway that has like a cage on it. And there seems to be water passing through it. A little bit further along down, you can actually see a doorway, and I need you to roll a knowledge history check. You seem to recall this place being an area that your people would use to enter the city.
Interesting. I'm gonna go back up and grab Westra.
Very good. So you hop out. Westra's just sitting
Hey, Westra.
there examining her own body rolls. Just having a time.
Hey,
Okay.
Westra.
Yeah.
So, I just had to dig open that doorway, and I found lit torches. And beyond that, I found a place that my people used to use to come into the city.
Okay.
We should. I don't know how those torches got lit, but I am guessing whatever we need to do is probably down there. This is starting to look real Destiny style.
If you say so, I'm guessing either our associates or whatever they were running from lit those torches, maybe. But yeah, let's go have a look.
I don't know. A lot of the time, I find that these things have a way of just sort of
Working themselves out.
being ready.
Well,
Yeah.
you haven't steered us wrong yet, so let's go see.
So at this point, Jaladri and Westra, you guys are starting to now develop a certain kinship with each other. You're sort of used to each other's presence now. You're not necessarily friends or acquaintances, but your general disdain for each other starts to, evaporate the more time you spend together.
The turtle is the smart one.
Mhm.
That totally jives with my character.
Awesome. So you guys enter in and you start to travel through the underground maze of tomes and other worldly affairs. You can see a lot of vegetation on the water's edge around where the bricks start to live up. But you can actually, from this area, you can actually see a lot of branches and tree trunks start to protrude from the ground going through each of the different parts of the actual sewer itself. It's almost like the city above is what breathes life and receives the fruits of the tree, but underneath the city seems to be the rough griff way of holding the entire city together. It's very beautiful, and it doesn't seem to be rot over time. It seems very well kept, and the water is actually pretty clear.
How is the smell?
It just smells of stale water, just kind of like whenever you fill a water bottle up and then you crack it 2 days later. That's just kind of it.
So
There's
it's
no
not
running
awful.
water. No, it's not running water, but it's
Okay.
just stationary water.
Okay, gotcha.
So, as you guys have a seat, you guys sort of congregate around this one specific area. You're just trying to look up and down. You're keeping an eye out for anything that would become of interest. But then you start to hear the faint sound of people talking.
Something.
Can we roll? What would it be? Perception?
Don't ever ask me to roll what to roll. Just tell me what you're doing, and I'll tell you what to roll.
Okay, I want
yeah.
to. I want to see if I can make out what the voices are saying and if they sound familiar.
Very good. You can't tell much from where you are, but you're sure if you move closer, within a few, probably 10 to 15 feet, you might be able to hear something a little more.
Okay.
All right, so the sound itself is coming from down the pathway and to the right.
You hear that, Jaladri?
Yeah, I'm gonna. Trying to visualize this.
Yeah. So imagine a bunch of different tunnels going in all different directions. You have this the water that's on your feet, that underneath it has stone and kind of like tree branches that are woven in between. On the left and right hand side, you can see archways that are made of stone, but intermittently there's holes and patches missing on the interior of this that are filled up by tree trunks and other growing flowers and stuff like that.
Grab one of the
made
torches.
a long time ago.
Grab one of the torches. Yeah, you haul one off the wall.
Cool. All right. Well, let's see if we can't find them. Did you get any idea of which way we should try to look? There seems to be a lot.
Up around the corner here to the right is where it sounds like it's coming from.
Okay. Should I use my patented hello?
At this point, I don't see why not.
All right. I'm gonna scream out Steve, Erlen, and Alex's names and say, "Please come here."
Okay, as you echo it about throughout the halls, you can kind of hear it at every stage that it disappears further and further into the sewer. Down the hallway itself, where the noises are coming from, you can almost hear like it's reverted back to you, and it just becomes louder as you yell, and you're just kind of like, "Whoa, fuck, that was actually quite loud," but you do not hear a response.
I don't think that worked. I almost feel like it came around a corner and came right back at me.
Almost like there's
We're gonna.
something messing up the way sound travels down here.
The city is all kinds of weird arcane crap right now. We need. Let's just.
Yeah.
Let's just take it slow. And. Okay, you said you heard them going that way. Let's try that way first.
There you go.
Yep.
All right, so are you guys trying to be quiet? Are you trying to just say fuck it, I'm going through kind of deal? What's up? What order are you going in? It's a fairly thin hallway, so this one's actually like you wouldn't be able to stand side by side, but you can travel single file.
At this point, there would be not much point in us trying to be quiet because Jaladri just basically yelled at the top of his lungs.
Very good. All right, so
So-
as you guys
And
walk down,
I'll be going first.
and you'll be going first. Okay, Jaladri, as you walk down the hallway and you look over towards around the corner to the right, you take a look and it's just a solid wall. It was very curious how you think that Wester could actually hear something coming from this hallway, but I need you to roll a perception check. All right, so you're able to examine it, and you're looking around to kind of see if there might be something more to the specific location. But what you hadn't noticed is that if you had taken one step more forward and looked up, you can see a grate. So
I reached the grate.
you reach the grate, and there's a little stepping ladder that goes up to it, and it's just probably, I want to say it is 6 inches tall by 12 inches long.
Okay, can I open it?
You can't open it.
Can I shove the torch through it?
So, pretty much what's going on is, like, you start to look to ways to be able to unlock this grate to see if you can able to squeeze through. You know your body size is way too big to fit through it, but you're still trying to see if there's any way to be able to jimmy this open, and all you hear is footsteps. Step. 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 What are you doing here? Why do you come bother me at this late hour? And then from around a corner, all you see is, on the inside of this grate, you can see that it looks to be like a very well-kept building, very regal in nature. And you can see different insignias of the different factions up and down the walls. So I need you to roll a history check. You can tell that this is the clock tower. So, so the footsteps of the person, you don't see this person, but there is somebody at the back end of the room that you can see.
Can I make out like who they are?
Yep. Ulani Maraketh is standing at the end of the hall behind a desk. The footsteps get louder and louder, as if the person is almost standing right on top of you. And you don't see this person at all, but it sounds very close. Ulani, I've tried for years now to be able to convince you that the Sali are the true heirs to this. You don't listen. You don't... All of your knowledge comes from the body. You know nothing of the afterlife whatsoever. How could you possibly tell us our missions, our goals, whatever it is that we're supposed to do here? What I need you, and what I need from you right now, is a promise that this will all make sense soon. And you can see Ulani kind of struffling behind her desk, writing on parchments and sending out orders. And she just kind of looks up, she's like, Ezri, I just do not have time for you right now. And all you hear is click, 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 and then the actual figure steps out from behind the wall.
See him now?
Bam. So you see both of these ladies in mid-conversation.
Oh, shit. I'm gonna douse the torch in the water at my feet.
Yeah, I had a feeling. I was like, yep. So you can just imagine a big fucking snapping turtle trying to get up through the toilet while two people are having a chat. Fuck, that was awesome.
He's just like, no, you know what? I don't want to come up to the toilet right now.
I've never used the visitor's entrance before. Should be fun.
Exactly. If you tell anybody of this, I'll kill your family. But you see Ortholan just kind of look up towards her and finally puts her books down and sits down with her arms crossed, leaning back in her chair and says, Ezri, I can't keep doing this with you. We've had this conversation several times. You know what the mind wants. You know what he needs. I'm giving orders the same as you. Why are we having this discussion again? And you see Ezri kind of just start walking over towards kind of like a table that's on the side of the room. She sets two fingers down as she continues to talk and slides them across the table. You know, Orthlan, you and I aren't much different, you know. I see the same orders, the same people day after day, yet we're never allowed to leave. The commoners can pass go and come as they please, but not us. Why is that? And Ortholan says, I don't believe that is of your concern. Besides, I have no idea. Orders are orders. Well, Orthan, if you would so mind, would you be able to tell me in what tome or in what text did you read the fact that a bird must remain caged? And you can just see Ortholan sitting back at her table, just putting her head down, just like, it's kind of like a principal that's had the conversation with the bad student like 40 fucking times this year, and she's just sick of it. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And she's just like, Ezri, if you want, please, go take a bath, get changed, do something. Just stop pestering me. The Zeppelins have already left the clock tower. They will arrive at the gates of the desert within the next few hours. If I'm not prepared, the main Zeppelin will not have enough power to be able to punch through. So please leave me be. And then you can kind of see Ezri just walk up to the side. She grabs a grape that's off the desk. There's a large bowl of fruit on Orthel's desk, and Ezri just kind of takes a bite of one and just goes, what a pity. And then all you hear is click, 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 and she exits the room.
Okay.
Slowly and sneakily work my way back to Westra and relay this.
Bam.
Westra, we have a problem. I mean, more than the problems we already have, but it's kind of the same problem. I just overheard a conversation between Ezri and Ulani, and those Zeppelins are going to a desert gate. I think maybe the same desert gate I got to see in that lovely vision I got.
So I'll get you to roll a knowledge history check.
Oh, blam, hang on.
So you can tell, you were watching the whole situation being, you were able to see charts on the back of Ilani's office, and you are able to see kind of the direction that it is going, but you see a symbol on the map in between the city and the city that you're looking for, and you can see it clearly stated as Urnam. So you know that's the place that they're going to. But there's a very large insignia of a coiled rope directly in between you, and it seems to be over a large gap of sand that is in between the city and the place you want to go.
Okay.
Womp womp womp.
What do you think? Where to next? I don't think that was the right way.
Well, we haven't met up with the rest of our crew yet.
I'm going to get you both to roll investigation checks.
Okay.
So, basically how I'm going to run this is you spend the rest of your time being basically searching the sewers, and Westra, you're able to allocate the rest of the team.
Okay, great.
So, now, here's how it's going to go. I'm probably thinking on leaving it there unless we want to do some minor role play for like a half an hour once everybody gets together. But really, I have no more content to present you at this time.
Okay.
Java.
So it would be all hearsay off the top of my head shit.
I'm ready to pack it up anyway.
Same.
So there you go, guys. So I just wanted to get you guys in on it, and now you got a little bit of story info. You got a quest. So I want everybody to look at quests down in the bottom right before you take off. Several of these quests have already been completed, and I will be adding more that I'm adding more at a later time.
Okay.
So for right now, so because I'm very, very extremely proud of all of you guys for the role-playing that you've been doing, I am awarding role-playing, crafting, and combat XP in this campaign. So you're going to, not only do you have to wait to actually kill monsters, but you're going to get bonuses for good role-playing, awesome things, that kind of stuff. So I wanted to let you know. So I'm keeping a running tally right now, and I think we're up to about 150 XP. I just need to know how much XP it is to level.
God, where do you even see that?
It should be on your character sheet when you click on your level, I think. But I need to look it up in the DM's guide, probably.
Yep.
Total level 1, XP, next level, they're both set to 0.
Okay, so I'll have to look it up here. I wonder how I would look it up. It'd be under
Also, I've got
library,
those,
modules. Ah, modules. There it is. Okay, now DM's guide. DM's guide.
I also got the notes for today's session written up, at least for the part me and Westra did.
Nice.
Okay, cool.
And I've gone ahead and numbered them all, so they're in order.
Awesome.
The sewers are weird shit. Nice.
Right on. So I will look up, I'll try to look up on how, I just opened up the DM's guide and it gave me a JavaScript error, so I'll have to look all this shit up later. But just for now, if you guys want to do some light roleplay, feel free. If not, we can end her there. It's up to you guys. What do you guys think? Are we shutting her down?
Seems like it.
I think I'm good.
All right, cool. We will shut her down. So everybody watching over on Twitch, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully we gave you a good story there. Freckled, love your face. If you guys are watching this on YouTube afterwards, make sure to hit the like and look for the highlights from Twitch. All right, have a good one.